morning, Columbus.
Joe, that ain't even good enough. Come on, Joe.
Wait, no. Not this one.
Frizzle left tight, F fly, pass 37 punch, waggle, help, baby dizzy, X fan on the turbo.
Thank you, baby.
Football, man.
It's time to listen to a bald, fat loudmouth
Mr. T-Bone.
and a former football player.
And that ball intercepted by Tyvis pal.
Wow, no radio station has ever done that before.
Does it work for those people?
No, it never does. But it might work for us.
Welcome to T-Bone and Tyvis.
Oh, good Thursday morning. Live from your field. We are here for the Memorial Tournament. T-Bone and Tyvis. Tyvis, how are you, man?
Oh, I'm doing well. You know, I appreciate you for answering my phone call today. I got lost for a little bit, but I followed the nice yellow brick road, and I got to where I needed to be.
Yeah, this is the earliest I've ever been at a sporting event, for sure.
Oh, really?
Well, I mean, most of them don't open this early,
Well,
right?
see-
But you got people teeing off at 7 a.m. They're ready to go for you.
Well, you see, I'm trained for the moment. You know, when I did pregame, the fans pregame show for the Buckeyes,
Yeah.
me and Matty Ice used to have to start at 6 in the morning.
Oh, yeah, for the
So
no kick. That's
I'm
right.
used to seeing it come alive.
I guess now that you
sit
say
here.
that, I have tailgated before 6 a.m., but I was never I wasn't in the shoe.
Do
You know what I mean?
people-
Like, we're in Muirfield. We're here for the memorial.
Yeah,
Like,
that's the
it's
point.
happening in an hour, and we're already in here. So
Do people tailgate for golf?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I mean, maybe there's I don't know. Scotty Vegas is here. He would know better than I would. But there's no tailgating in golf, right? I mean, I know out at Phoenix, right? That the Waste Management, they like to get a little tipsy, but there's no tailgating out in the A lot today, right?
Yeah, good call on Waste Management, because once they open up the gates, everybody starts running to the par 3 hole at
Yeah.
16 where everybody can party. But I guess you would say house parties more so.
Oh, house parties for sure.
Yeah.
That's your equivalent of a tailgate. Those are good. You ever go to one of those?
Yes.
Oh, see, that's where you get. So you go and you have a nice drink.
You know, David Babner does a great job of opening his home, and he hosts a nice party there. He's got some of the best lemonade I've ever had. It's handmade. It's wonderful. I suggest anybody that knows them go over there and try it.
Or if you don't, just walk over, see if you can find his house. Just start yelling, "Hey, David, where are you?" and see if you can find him. So if you're coming out here, it is what I will say right now. The prevailing weather situation here is dampness, and I only mean that as like the moisture in the air.
Yeah.
Probably going to, as the day goes on, that'll be a little bit of a non-factor. But when we got out here, the dew is still on the grass. The paper that I grabbed the sheet that has all the the tee times for everybody, and this thing is already damp just sitting on this table because I think it was already just a damp morning here. But we're clearing up. It's going to be fun. We're going to have a good time out here. Our first golfers on the course today, 7:50, Joe Highsmith and Brant Snedeker. So there you go.
Look at that.
So if you're heading out here, that's where you can start. Ricky Fowler tees off just after 8. Justin Rose at 8:20. I can go on down the list. I'm sure you can get it elsewhere. I'm just saying there's a lot of golf going on here. Getting ready for it. Should be fun. Scotty Scheffler is teeing off later today, 1:30 in the afternoon. Tomorrow morning, he goes at 10:15. So if you're planning your day around following the best golfer in the world, in my opinion, then that's where you can go. You can try that. Am I right, Scott? Is Scotty Scheffler the number one guy? All right.
Yes.
See, again, I will admit I don't know golf, but I love this event because this is a Columbus staple.
Yes.
Right? So I love events that make Columbus big. I love events that put Columbus in the spotlight. And every time I've come out here, I've had a blast.
You know, that's the thing. Even if you're not a huge golf fan and you come out here, you still have the time of your life. I've been doing this event, 2 years now? I think I done came out here. And I'm like you. I'm not a huge follower of golf. I mean, I know some names.
I watch the majors. I'm that golf fan. I'll tune into a major and watch a good solid 2 or 3 days of that.
Well,
a lot of coverage.
A lot of the times is when I was coming in to do the Buckeye show, Panama Ted will be sitting there watching it, and I'll look up there and watch it, or Tim will be into it, so Tim will always have it on. So those were the times where I really paid attention and learned the most. The one guy that I am interested to see how he does, and this is a name that I don't think he's done anything of significance recently, but Jordan Spieth is always a guy that I will always look at. Why, you ask? Because when I was at Ohio State, I had to take a public speaking course. Okay. I know a lot of the people like, you took public speaking? Yes. Anyways, we had to give our final was given obviously a verbal report on something. And this guy did his entire final on the fact that Jordan Spieth would be the greatest golfer we've ever seen.
Wow.
And I just remember sitting there listening to him, and I'm just like, really?
Oh.
Like, over Tiger? You crazy? And he, like, gave out a bunch of different reasons why he felt that. So after hearing that, I've always tried to pay attention to him, but I don't think he's done anything of significance since.
Well, I think what I'm hearing is you're a hater of Jordan Spieth.
I'm not a hater.
No. You were waiting for him to fail.
No,
so that just for that guy to have to constantly remember, oh, man, I gave an entire speech about this. I went out on a limb, and it hasn't worked out for me. I was dead wrong.
I am curious to know what he got on that, what his grade was.
Well, sure. That's one part of it. But the other part that is much more relevant to me, at least, is the fact of if that guy still to this day is like putting that out there with people that he knows saying,
no. I think
I did go out on that limb, and I'm sorry I did.
Yeah, I think he accepted defeat at this point.
Well, let's hope so.
If anything, he should give another public speech about how he was wrong.
Yeah.
He got to right this wrong.
Have him out here. I say have it before the first golfer tees off. Just have him go like, folks, I got to say, I think I was a little wrong on that. Now, he's still a better golfer than any of us will ever be.
Oh, for sure.
That's right.
You never know. You know what's crazy? I might talk him up. He might come out here and win today. He might win today and be in it for the at the end on Sunday.
Prime Sportsbook Ohio. I'm sure there's still plenty of time to place a wager on any of the guys that are out here if you so choose to partake. That's where we would recommend you go. But I saw this today on the golf side of things. I know that Tiger Woods obviously has had his difficulties and is never going to be the same golfer that he once was, right?
Yes.
But his son, Charlie, who is now trying to work his way up the amateur ranks and ultimately maybe get to a point where not fair to compare him to Dad, because I don't think many golfers will ever achieve that. But, I'm sure a lot of people are rooting for Charlie Woods to get out there and do his thing. He just won, apparently yesterday, the American Junior Golf Association. It's called the Team Tailor-Made Invitational. He recorded a 6 under 66 in the final round, came into this tournament, and I found this surprising. Ranked in the American Junior Golf Association rankings, 606th. Now, maybe that has something to do with maybe he doesn't play a lot of these tournaments. I got to be honest. I don't really know anything about the American Junior Golf Association until I heard about it yesterday.
That's way down the list.
But I was surprised to see that he ranked that low. But like I said, maybe it's just he doesn't play enough tournaments or something to count. But he won that one. He was there with 70 of the best other amateur golfers, and he won. He's 16 years old. That's nice, right?
You would imagine that he got some talent. I tell you what, though, if I had a son, maybe it's different for me. You have to be, considered great, like LeBron or Tiger. I wonder, do they encourage their kids to play the same sport? Because it is a lot of pressure trying to be the son of one of the greatest to play the sport.
Yeah.
And know you have to try to fill those shoes.
Right.
And I think, right now, the only person of recent that I can think of that's doing a good job of that is probably Marvin Harrison Jr.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's doing a pretty good job of trying to, but his dad is not
making people forget about Dad maybe at some point in his career.
Yeah, but
who was the senior guy you speak of? It's he's just a Hall of Famer.
But even as great as that scenario is, his dad isn't the greatest wide receiver of all time.
That's true.
You could make the argument for it, but a lot of people wouldn't consistently say that he is the greatest.
I don't think anybody would have him as their top 5.
So like LeBron and Tiger's kids, I don't know if I'd be like, you know what? Pick something else. pick something else. Don't even deal with all that pressure in your life.
Yeah. By the way, if you hear a random thing that sounds like a small accident happening in the background, I don't know if this is picking up on the microphones, but there are quite a few golf carts roaming around right now. There are wires that we have that all of us, have all the radio stations, cables that are laid across the roadway here, right in front of where we sit. There is a big plastic protective covering that almost acts like a speed bump.
Yes.
And I've seen some golf carts who have hit that and kind of gingerly gotten over it, and some golf carts who have hit that at 20 miles an hour.
Hit a wheelie.
And when they hit it over 20 miles an hour, that's when you're hearing some of these that sound like perhaps an accident has occurred. So if you hear that, just know everyone's fine. No one is crashing into the studio as of right now. But, yeah, come on out. When you walk in I don't know, what is that the main gate, Scotty, that's out, south of the clubhouse? Is that
Yeah,
we
that's
call it
where
the main gate.
That's where all the shuttles
Go
drop
drop 'em off.
everybody
Yeah.
off coming from a lot or.
So if you're coming in
Yep.
from a neighborhood or something, obviously it'll be a little different. But if you're coming in from a shuttle from a lot or south of the course, basically that entrance, when you walk through there, you'll spill out into the main area where there's a concession stand, there's the locker rooms, and the clubhouse, and then you're by obviously the 18th green. That is where we are. So come by and say hi to us. We'll be here today and tomorrow. All the shows basically through 6 p.m. will be out here. So, and like Bishop and Friends, Rothman and Ice, they're going to be efforting to get some golfers, I'm quite sure. So if that's something you want to see, you obviously want to hang around while that's going on, starting at 9 and then all the way to 3 p.m. I mean, Timmy Hall will probably try to get guys too, but by that point, there's going to be some people who are like, yeah, I'm already on to tomorrow. I'm not here to talk to the media.
Timmy Hall is going to try to go out there and take a swing.
Is that what you think? He's going to have your intrusive thoughts that we talked about yesterday.
Hey.
Your thought of just seeing if you could run the golf course.
Tim wouldn't make it that long, though. They get him in seconds.
They have. You mentioned David Babner. They have the 4-miler here.
I know.
Where you can literally run through the course and around the neighborhoods and all that.
That's as great as that is.
It's 4 miles.
It don't give you that rush, that knowing that you potentially could be jailed for this.
I see.
They're going to jail you for this.
Tyvis has an intrusive thought that he would like to sprint out onto the course during play and see how long it would take for someone to catch him. He is an elite athlete, played in the NFL, of course. So there's a lot of great security guards around, I'm quite sure. Are they going to catch someone with, at one time, 4, 4, 5 speed?
4, 4, 6.
4, 4, 6.
4, 4,
Okay.
6.
I don't want to give you too many.
Yeah, don't come on.
Give
now.
you an extra.
I don't think they
second.
can. I just went to go see my people at QC Kinetics yesterday.
Well,
got the shots in the knees, and I'm feeling good.
Bodie and Dylan back at the station are like, we got 2 of the mentions in already. That's great. Wasn't even time for them. We did it. So plenty to get into today. The list is coming up at 7:15. We thought, because this is the start of summer, even though it doesn't feel like it this morning, this is the time. The Memorial is I think, a symbolic start of summer for Central Ohio. What better to do in the summer than cookout? So top 5 cookout foods. These can be main dishes. These can be just the various meats. These can be sides, dessert, whatever you think of when you think of a cookout. Top 5, we'll do that at 7:15. Love to see yours, too. You can tweet them to us at BoneandTyvis971, or you can go in the YouTube chat. Go to YouTube, search 971 The Fan. We're right there. Click on it, and then you can get in the comments and say hi to Rusty, and Meat Sweats is in there today, my guy. And Meat Sweat says, I still say Tyvis should bring back streaking to the Memorial. Yeah, I don't think that, but if you want to go out on the course, that's one thing. I don't think you need to strip down naked while you do it, but it's up to you.
Well, I don't. To be totally honest with you, I don't have the physique right now.
Oh, I see.
To be doing that, if
I do.
Once I get this 6-pack back, maybe, but we got to lose about 25 pounds.
All right, well there you go. We'll get you working on that. One college football team is giving out rings despite not winning a championship. This is, I think, actually fairly embarrassing for them. I'll tell you who did it next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It change is more exciting. I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. SkillBridge and other VA benefits are available to those who qualify.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen.
That's just you drinking a Big Gulp from Speedway.
And just 89 cents for any size with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
We could tell you what makes Giant Eagle special, but we think our customers say it best.
I love the fresh produce. I love the fresh meat.
I'm pretty sure the fish guy knows me by now. We're buds.
I love to grill. That alone keeps me coming back.
The people that work here are so nice and so helpful.
Everybody loves the cakes from Giant Eagle.
On every shelf, in every department, we're always going for better because being your Giant Eagle matters.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
This is my Giant Eagle.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring into savings at Ohio Mulch. Get your mulch as easy as ever. Save $50 on home delivery now through Sunday. All you got to do is visit ohiomulch.com today.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply.
Bishop and Friends.
That is how I envision Kuiper. Safeway delivering pumpkin pie innards, and he's sucking those down with fat-free milk and fat-free whipped cream.
Bishop and Friends, sponsored by Diamond Cellar.
Weekdays from 9 to noon on The Fan.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move. A pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and add considerable value to your property. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here for today. We are expecting a mix of clouds and sunshine. More sunshine here by the afternoon with highs back into the mid-70s. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows into the upper 50s, and those clouds will be ahead of our next system that brings rain back into the area here for Friday. Rainfall could be heavy at times as we look ahead to the morning hours, and then the rain clears out for the weekend. Looking ahead to drier conditions, more sunshine with highs into the 70s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Traditions are big in the golf world, and we have a few of our own. T-Bone is fat, Tyvis is loud, and Jen Winters is rolling down a hill. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Well, I have an important Jen Winters rolling down a hill update. Now, she's not here yet.
Poor Jen.
We love Jen. This is all said because we care about Jen and we love Jen. The last 2 years we've been here, there has been an issue where she has fallen down at some point. We've made a little running joke of it. But today I show up to our tent. Now, the first year she fell, this was when we have in our tent, we have a little, square, I don't know what this is, say 10 by 10 footprint that we're on. It's a platform. And then you step off the platform and there was a hill. There is a hill. And that is where her chair slipped off the back and she fell. No fault of her own. It just happened. And so this year, we get here, and Scotty, there is a Jen Winters bar. There is a barricade here to prevent anyone from falling, which, good. Like, for safety purposes, any of you guys could fall off this thing, too, but we have the Jen Winters barricade now that is helping us out, and that's great.
Guys, in my 15 years working promotions and events, I've never been more terrified than when Jen fell backwards.
Oh, yeah.
Anthony Rothman and I were literally 20 seconds from coming back from a break, and we felt a jolt, right? We had our headsets on, and we both went, like, leaning backwards.
Because the cords are where she's sitting, and it pulled on the cords on your headsets, right?
Pulled the entire headsets backwards, right? All the equipment starts coming, everything falls off the table. We look back, and Jen is rolling down the hill backwards, and there's bushes back there.
Oh, it could be really bad.
And I will say, you say no fault at her own, but she was warned. She was warned about 2 minutes before it happened. Okay, she was told, hey, you're getting a little close to the edge there.
I'm sure.
And she would kind of lean her chair back, like a kid in school, right? And then all of a sudden, there she goes. There she goes again. I mean, it was one of those moments that I will never, ever forget.
Sure. And I'm sure, Jen loves waking up and hearing that we're talking about this again for the umpteenth time. But the good part is now there's a barricade here to protect us, all of our fan producers, and anyone that's out here. So we're good. And you know what? That's the thing I know about Jack's Place. When you come out here, if he detects an issue or if he hears of a problem, that issue will be corrected as soon as possible. I heard that Jack Nicklaus was talking yesterday or the day before. I saw the interview clip where he said he checked all the greens, checked everything, told the head groundskeeper, no notes. Like, it's 100%. Course is perfect. I have nothing to add. Great job.
Yeah, no.
Can't imagine how that must feel.
I'm so glad you said that, too, because I'll be honest with you. The day that she fell into the bush was a little trampled, right?
Right, well, sure.
The next morning we come back, it's all fluffed back up, and the bush is perfect again. So here you go. Everything's perfect.
Do they have a standby bush, like, ready to be like, hey, we're a bush fluffer? You never know.
They had no speed down.
Tyvis is aware of that, the bush fluffers. They're a thing. All right, so Georgia Tech. They apparently are trying to make themselves feel better after last year. They went 7-6. All right, if you're Georgia Tech, I guess a good job there. It's a winning season, technically. They have their head coach, Brent Key, who's in his second year there. They were 5-3 in the ACC for a second consecutive year. They earned a bowl berth as well, which apparently I had forgotten about this, but they hadn't had back-to-back bowl appearances for maybe 25 – no, I'm sorry. They went undefeated in Bobby Dodd Stadium, their home stadium. That was the first time that had happened in 25 years. They also hadn't made back-to-back bowl games since 2013-2014. So just over 10 years on that, 25 years since they went undefeated at home. Apparently at Georgia Tech now, that's enough to get you a ring. So they gave their players commemorative rings for last season. Mind you, they lost the Birmingham Bowl to 6-6 Vanderbilt. This is the season they chose to commemorate, and inside the ring there is a little commemoration of the fact they beat Florida State and Miami, which that seemed big in the beginning of the year when they beat Florida State.
Yeah, Florida State's terrible.
They're 2-10 last year.
Miami they had no defense.
They stopped Miami from probably getting a playoff berth, right? Yeah. By that loss. That probably helped prevent Miami from getting there, but still giving out a, I mean, it's
the most participation trophy thing I've ever heard in my life. It's unfortunate that this is where we are in sports. I guess they look at it like this is the only chance we can have to get a ring to some kids. Because we haven't won any bowl games. We're not going to make the CFP and things like that. So I think they took this opportunity to do that, but it's not worthy enough to me. Like 7-6 record, losing the bowl game. Like there's no honor in that. Yes, it's nice to defend your home stadium, but ring? No. The rings only are for championships. No. And we gotta cut this out. This like UCF when they said we are the national champions. I think they went 12-0 or something like that.
That one I understand that one a little bit because
I don't.
No, here's why. they went undefeated and weren't allowed to go any further. They did everything they were supposed to do. They weren't allowed into the playoffs. They couldn't. What else could they do? They won all their games like they were supposed to. Now, I don't think it's good to call yourself the national champion.
That's what I'm talking about.
Okay, but were you there for Urban's first year?
Yeah, the 12-0 ring.
You got a ring.
The 12-0 ring?
Yeah.
Yeah, but who talks about that?
I do. You
talk about
Well, no, here's why. Because I remember we were on the air, and Mike Bianchi, who was a writer in Florida, like covered the Gators, right? He was very mad at Urban, left the cupboard bare, had a whole, just every week there was a new thing about how Urban Meyer sucked and he hated him. And sure, maybe some of his criticisms were valid, but there was a lot of it that was just personal. He was mad that Urban left the Gators and now is coaching at Ohio State after taking a year off. Very obvious move everyone kind of thought was going to happen. When he saw that you guys got rings for the first year, he wrote this big piece about how, they're just trying to funnel money to the players. They're trying to, this is another way of him cheating. And it's like, look, it's not his fault the bowl ban happened that Gene Smith took that never should have been, right? It's not his fault that his guys went 12-0, played an excellent year. We'll never know what that team could have been. Obviously,
we would have beaten Bodie's Notre Dame team.
Bodie is – see, I can't see Bodie, but I can already guess that Bodie's a little frustrated by this conversation.
Bodie probably tries to forget that season because of how it ended for them against Bama.
That was the Manti Te'o year.
Yeah.
And Bama wouldn't have gotten in over undefeated Ohio State if Ohio State was eligible to go. It would have been Notre Dame and Ohio State.
Because that was the last BCS year.
Yeah. It would have just been the two. And they would have won that. And then, who knows, you guys could have won again like you did the following year.
Wasn't that the year that in the Big Ten Championship we couldn't go and I think Penn State couldn't go, right?
I feel like that's right.
Because it was Wisconsin and Nebraska.
Yes. Because maybe that, yeah.
I think.
Yes, there was a whole thing. Right. All I know is that was I remember Mike Bianchi being very upset about a 12-0 team getting a ring. I hope he's still watching and participating and has a scathing article for 7-6 Georgia Tech getting a ring.
The only reason he gave out the rings is because for the senior class. Like that was their only, because they got the bowl ban and they did everything right. So he wanted to give them something to remember that season. That's why they did the what was it, the ESPN training camp thing that we did that year. So that was the only reason for all of that. Outside of that, no, you wouldn't have gotten the ring, period.
I still don't understand, and we can relitigate this a million times, but I'll never understand why the logic from Gene Smith was, let's take the bowl ban the year that the team is 6-6.
Nobody understands.
Or let's go to the bowl. I'm sorry,
the Gator Bowl,
because we have to do something right for these seniors. But then ignoring that, you have seniors next year who are going to then get a bowl. You're just shifting around when the bowl ban happens. Some seniors are going to get affected no matter what. And the idea that wasn't thought out better.
I think a lot of people
rather
sat out the Gator Bowl than the national championship.
Yeah. Well, you know what? Someone who was around the Ohio State football program for many a year, and I believe including those years, he had some thoughts about one of his current players. We'll hear that in 2 minutes when we do clip that. It's T-Bone and Tyvis. We are live at the Memorial. Come out and say hi. It's Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Thursday. Still waking up to some foggy conditions this morning. Thankfully, though, all areas leading into the metro are looking pretty good. The main concern, though, is going to be over in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. You're noticing a little bit of lower visibility because of this fog. US 33 eastbound and westbound, though, drive times still average up to par, but of course that could change as more cars head out on the roads. I'm 10 TV's Breen Albizu with your fan traffic.
Individuals and businesses with tax problems, listen carefully. Do you feel like you're losing control of your finances? If you owe over $10,000 in back taxes or have unfiled tax returns, we can help you take back control. The IRS is the largest and most aggressive collection agency in the world, and they can seize your bank accounts, garnish your paycheck, close your business, and file criminal charges. Take control of your tax problem now by calling the experts at U.S. Tax Shield and take advantage of the Fresh Start program and new laws that
may allow us to negotiate a settlement for the lowest amount possible. Our team of tax attorneys and enrolled agents can stop collections and get you protected so you can take control of your financial future. U.S. Tax Shield offers a price protection guaranteed quote to get you protected today. U.S. Tax Shield is A+ rated with the Better Business Bureau, so call now. 800-687-5192. That's 800-687-5192. U.S. Tax Shield. 800-687-5192.
Introducing Ice Cream Quakes from UDF. Big chunks of your favorite candies and cookies blended with real UDF ice cream. Made the way you want. Real creamy, real chunky, real. Ice Cream Quakes. New from United Dairy Farmers.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Oh! Listen to that! Son of a... That's unbelievable! Oh my goodness! Holy smoke! Just incredible!
T-Bone and Tyvis present Clip That.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Receive a 100% match when you deposit up to $400 with the Prime Sports Ohio app.
Well, it's something that we're aware of, and obviously we want to make great decisions on and off the field. And we're hoping that with our time here on the field today, and that when we don't have a script and we're on the call-up periods, that we're making great decisions. And so the message will be the same for all our players, that we're trying to make great decisions, and any conversations that I've had with Stefon will remain between him and I and the club.
There you go. Mike Vrabel, legendary Buckeye, taking over as the Pats head coach, talking about his star wide receiver that was brought in this year off an ACL tear, signed him to a 3-year, $60-some million deal.
You know who he sound like when he talk now?
Who's that?
Kevin Stefanski.
Oh, yeah, a little. That's the thing with coaches. They all tend to get into this like, as far as in terms of things we have to do to clean it up, we're going to clean it up and we're going to do our best.
We're going to keep all those conversations between us.
Yeah, it's very boring by design, right? That's the goal. But the video of Stefon Diggs that he was referring to was not very boring. That was a video of him on a boat.
He was living, wasn't he?
Multiple
He
women.
was having the time of his life.
Well, the internet reacted to this yesterday because there's a video of him with multiple women in bikinis. Let him live.
Yeah, he's on a boat.
He's on a boat, and he is handing out a baggie of some substance that is purple, and then I saw there was some blue there, too. I don't know what these things were that he had. They didn't quite look like, they look like Pop Rocks to me, honestly. When I saw it, I was like, maybe he's just a fan of Pop Rocks, or like a Fun Dip, that candy.
Well,
maybe that's what it is, a little Fun Dip. I'm sure
Dip powder,
there was some Fun Dip going on. Sure, there was some fun. But here's the thought I had, because the internet saw this, and of course everyone's freaking out.
Yes.
I saw articles yesterday from all of Greater Boston saying Stefon Diggs doesn't get it. He's not a team guy. He's at OT. He's not at OTAs. He's doing this. Great.
Was he not at OTAs?
Well, that's where this video came out, and I don't think he was there for that, right? Wasn't that one of the?
Well,
I think the video was like right around this time. I don't know if it's confirmed.
I didn't know if it was yesterday or if it was 2 days ago.
Okay,
but the thing is, there's a couple of things. There's a couple of things with this. One, I understand the fans' perspective because for so many years under Bill Belichick, this type of stuff didn't happen.
Oh, you would never see this.
Yeah, this is so you're thinking about the Patriot way, and this just doesn't fit the Patriot way. So that's why a lot of Boston fans are freaking out over this thing. Two, this man just came off of ACL surgery, but he's fine. But I don't know if he's like fine enough to be out there like participating in OTAs.
It could and again, whether you could go out and run routes and be a full go in practice, or if you are rehabbing and lifting and all that, the hope, I'm sure, in a perfect world, everyone's at OTAs, everyone's having a great time.
Well,
wasn't Myles Garrett? I want to say Myles Garrett's in Japan.
Yeah, they said he's dating.
He's got a girl. Is it
Olympian?
Yeah, was she a gymnast?
I'm not 100% sure.
I can't remember. But anyway, yeah, they were in Japan for like the anime awards. I saw they were walking the red carpet.
Yeah, which is funny because he talked about how he
got to be a leader.
Yeah,
they gave me the richest contract. It's time to step up and be a leader. Now, if you excuse me. Me and the girlfriend are headed off to an anime convention in Japan. See you in a couple weeks. Yeah, that's fine. I admit and understand that in the modern NFL, there's room for that when the player has shown on the field. There's always different standards for guys who've proven what they can do.
Yes.
And I think his situation, not to defend Myles Garrett because he's a Brown, I would rather see him at OTAs, just even if he's in sweatpants doing nothing other than getting a lift in and talking to the media. That just makes you feel, but it's comforting to know the guys are there ready to get to work for your team. Will it affect him on the field 5 months from now? Probably not. But it's that I know this. Looking at social media yesterday, none of us, I think, in modern media would have been able to handle the Dallas Cowboys of the 90s if social media had existed. Because the internet stopped yesterday for a guy handing out a baggie of we don't even know what to girls in bikinis.
Yeah.
And they had a house dedicated to cocaine. In the Cowboys did. The White House. Go look it up. That was the thing. When you went there, I believe Nate Newton was in charge of that, if I'm not mistaken. Correct me if I'm wrong. There's been books written about this. I mean, if we had social media in the 90s, I just know that some of the scandals that happen are legit and real and they matter and all this. I don't know yet if this one does. We'll find out if he pops a drug test or if something else happens. Then there's something more here. I'm sure that probably was a substance that should be questioned. I don't know what it is, though, to be fair to him. We have no reporting on what that actually was. Probably never will know. But if we had social media in the 90s, you imagine Michael Jordan out the night before a playoff game at a casino till 4 a.m, losing or winning thousands of dollars?
They'd be
TikTok Live?
Be a mite.
Can you imagine? And then he went out and did his job and was great, so no one cared back then. Reporters knew about that and didn't report on it. They knew that he would go out and play 18 holes of golf, and they'd get done, and he'd say, I'm going to play another 18, and then go have the playoff game, and then still be great. I'm just saying, I don't think we're prepared for what sports used to be, or really what sports is.
No, I think there
are more guys than just Stefon Diggs who are having a good time on their off time, whether they should be at OTAs or not. Guys are having a good time, and you just don't see it that often.
Well, Stefon Diggs. This is the thing. The last time somebody had a boat incident was Odell Beckham and the wide receivers for the Giants. They went on a yacht trip, and then they came out and played in the playoffs, and it was terrible.
That's right.
So anytime you think about a boat, that's the thing. The first thing you think, especially with a wide receiver. What Stefon Diggs needs to do is, I get he's dating Cardi B right now, and it's cameras everywhere. But for that incident right there, that's somebody that's on the boat that's taking this video. You should have said, hey, we ain't there will be no cell phone recordings going out while we on this
coming
boat.
From inside the house.
Yeah, like that's, to me, like if this was TMZ that snapped this, all right, that's different.
Yeah.
But this is somebody that's literally on the boat with you, that's taking this video, that's putting it out to social media. That's a problem.
You ruined the trip. Basically,
pretty
right?
much.
I mean, that's the trip is now ruined that got out there. Even if he's like, whatever, I know I didn't do anything wrong. It's still just a massive headache for him. I saw something last night. Speaking of ruined trips, have you heard of this? Have you seen this viral thread that went out there? It's got 15 million views so far. This is from a person named Victoria Thompson. Okay,
I thought you was going to tell me this is this the one where they tell people good night?
No. That trend is funny, and I like it. This was a thread on X/Twitter where this woman, this random person, she's in the Delta Lounge waiting for her flight.
Okay?
This is, you can go look up Victoria Thompson. It's Victoria the Tech on Twitter. She said, we had a small flight delay, so I'm sitting in the lounge. 2 people who are on my flight, 2 women who are obviously going on a girls' trip, are here. And one of them just said to the other one, so tell me why you slept with my husband. And then the thread is like 20 tweets of her just like watching this and relaying what's happening. And it goes into, well, maybe if you were a better wife, I wouldn't have had to do that. And it's like they went on the same flight. They got their seats changed eventually. They were going to Atlanta, I guess, to take a bigger flight somewhere. You have to go look at this thread.
I definitely have to go look at this.
It is one of the most wild, unhinged things I've ever read. And now, it could all be a work of fiction. But what I'm saying is, like, this is what Stefon Diggs. If someone caught it out and you're just out there and someone else who's not affiliated puts your business out there, that's one thing. This one, like you said, is coming from people on the boat with you. You can't have that.
People are so funny. And they must have been unhinged to be able to just talk like this. Sleep with my husband, just say it out loud.
I mean, kudos to the woman who confronts the other one and says, so, we're on this trip. I have a captive audience here. Time to lay it out.
Lay it all out here.
You imagine avoiding that for like a whole. It's a girls' trip. We're having a great time. Mimosas clink, and you're just not even talking about the fact that one of you knows the other one's doing that.
Well, they probably made up during the trip. You know, the drinks got to flowing.
I don't know.
One or two things happened. The drinks got flowing and they rekindled their friendship, or drinks got flowing and the punches got thrown.
All right. I just tweeted it out there at Degenerate T-Bone. You can go read it for yourself. I don't mean to distract you from our radio show. We are at the Memorial, by the way. We're having a great time out here. We're going to be here till 9 a.m. And, of course, then all of our shows after us will be out here live until 6 p.m. So big day of golf. We should have a lot of fun. And I also have to tell you about my friends at Window Nation. They have got a great deal for you right now. You can buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free. Look, you want to keep the cool air in your house this summer as the temperatures, we hope, eventually rise. That's going to make you want to run your AC. You want to keep that energy in. Energy-efficient windows from Window Nation can help you do that. Their windows are built to help keep your house cool during those hot summer days. 50-point inspection from the factory and installed by technicians who have, on average, 15 years of experience putting windows in. So that's what you get with Window Nation. Buy 4 windows, get 4 windows free. Plus, for 2 years, you won't have to worry about a down payment, interest, or monthly payments. Pay nothing until 2027. Just tell them that I told you about it. Just mention T-Bone when you go to 866-90-NATION or go to windownation.com to set up your appointment. 866-90-NATION or windownation.com. Take a break. When we come back, something? I don't know. We're out on remote. I'm trying to figure out what we're talking about next. Do you remember, Tyvis?
We are talking about a Steelers legend weighs in on Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. Spoiler alert, it's Terry Bradshaw. And spoiler alert, he doesn't like Aaron Rodgers very much. We'll talk about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, starting to see more cars on the roads this morning, and that could cause some issues and maybe some slowdowns for folks over in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. US 33 at Gender Road seeing a lot of low visibility right now because of some foggy conditions. So again, if you're in that area, just make sure to take your time, pack some patience. It's a little bit hard if you're driving, heading out US 33. Again, that is some low visibility out there. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Ohio State's experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. When your illness or injury can't wait, the choice is clear.
Hollywood Casino Columbus is bringing the funny this summer. Tiffany Haddish takes the mic on Friday, July 18th with the Funny and Fearless Tour. Then Dion Cole Live hits the stage Friday, September 5th for a night of nonstop laughs. 2 comedy icons, 2 unforgettable nights. Get your friends, grab a drink, and get ready to laugh all night long. Big names, big laughs, only at Hollywood Casino Columbus. Tickets available at Ticketmaster. Visit HollywoodColumbus.com for more details. Must be 21. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-589-9966.
It's Leslie from Pella Columbus.
I'm Wilson from that other window place.
Wilson, I got the nicest Google review today. Dewey from Gahanna said, "We cannot believe we are able to get the Pella look and quality at the cost we did."
I got a review too. Listen to this. These windows were great. Oh boy, for about a year. Looks like I'll need to renew, in quotes for some reason, my windows way too soon. Repeat customer?
Get the window that homeowners rated the leading window brand in Columbus at PellaColumbus.com.
Congratulations, you're having a little girl.
At that moment, everything changed. Our hopes and dreams for ourselves were instantly replaced by our hopes and dreams for her. We got life insurance policies from Shelter Insurance, so that regardless of what life throws at us, we'll still be able to provide the world to her.
Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent to help you pick a policy that's right for you.
Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
It's Military Appreciation Month at Coughlin Chevrolet. Get double the GM military discount. Lease a new 25 Chevy Trax, $139 a month or $119 for military. New Silverado, just $349 a month or $309 for military. Now at Coughlin Chevrolet. Together, let's drive. Coughlin has the car for you.
Military discount for active reserve and retired military personnel and their spouse. 39-month lease with $39.99 due at signing for Trax. 36-month lease with $49.99 due for Silverado. Plus tax, title, and license. 10,000 miles per year, 25 cents per mile over. See dealer for details and 6225.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone, and I'm going to let you know that right now, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is offering their best discount of the year on all their awesome sheds, pavilions, cabins, and garages from Weaver Barnes. These specials are only good through May, which makes right now the best time to order. Check out Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings' beautiful sales lot in Dublin, where you can see their displays and learn about all the options. There's never been a better time to get that project in motion and save some cash in the process. See all the details at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. Once again, that's AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
If only there was a radio show that constantly talked about Ohio State athletics. Well, good news. It's real, baby. The Buckeye Show.
Weeknights at 6.
Proud to be your flagship home of the Buckeyes. The Fan, Ohio sports destination.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Just about an hour away from the first golfers hitting the first tee box. Joe Highsmith and Brant Snedeker get us started at 7:50 a.m. this morning. We are at Muirfield. Folks trickling in, getting ready. If you're on your way out here, we look forward to seeing you. Hope you stop by. We'll be at the Champions Pavilion because, Tyvis Powell's a champion, so that's how I got over here. I was allowed to ride his coattails, hang out over here. It's the same location. If you come out to Muirfield over the past few years, Memorial Tournament, it's where we always are broadcasting from. If you're not familiar with it, it's right by the driving range, the practice green, all that stuff. So come and see us. We'll be here till 9 a.m. today. Tomorrow we'll be here 6 to 9 a.m. as well. Then all the shows on the Fan up through the Buckeye Show, up through, Timmy and Common Man and Timmy. That show will be here till 6. And then after that, we're back in the studio with Buckeye Show. One of the shows that I said is correct. I don't know, Tyvis. But anyway, we're out here all day long. It's the earliest I've been at a golf course in my life. When I got here at like 5 a.m., that was the earliest. I've been at a golf course at like 7 a.m. That's fairly normal if you've got an early tee time. But, yeah, this is a little early for me.
Well, I'm an early riser, and I think we become early risers, so it's not that difficult. It was crazy that it was pitch black, and now the sun is starting to rise. So it's a beautiful setting out here. You're starting to see some light. People starting to trickle in. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's actually nice to watch it come alive.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of the workers rolling in, too, because I think they all have similar colored shirts on, all the, yellow shirts. So those are all the people helping out this year, so that's great. We appreciate all those volunteers and everybody who make this tournament great. That's a big part of it. Also today when I got in, I saw all of the grounds crew.
I got stopped. They stopped traffic. It was like 20 of these things just riding past. I'm like, man.
Mowers and blowers and everything else. I was always wondering, how do you do that on a golf course? They have headlamps. Yes. They're out there with headlamps making it happen. It obviously the course looks great. I don't know what it's stimping today. Stimping is the thing I'm told. Timmy tells me, Scotty was trying to explain it to me before. It's like a thing you put the ball on and then it rolls down, and that's so you can tell how fast or slow the greens are. It's a very complicated process, Tyvis. You know what they say about that?
What?
Stimping ain't easy. That's what they say. That's what I've been told. It's a big thing out here. God, I'm old. These jokes are so lame. All right. Terry Bradshaw, older than me, he said that Aaron Rodgers is a bit of a joke. Bodie, we have that audio. Let's give it a play.
That's a joke. He shouldn't. That is just, to me, is a joke. What are you going to do? Bring him in for 1 year? Are you kidding me? I mean,
that's not the Steelers' way, right?
No, man. That guy needs to stay in California and go, somewhere and chew on bark and whisper to the gods out there.
100%. These guys on the show, Mr. Bradshaw, know I'm not a fan of his. We've been around each other personally, and he was not a kind person.
Now, he does not. I had to go over and introduce myself to him. He's not. I had to go, hey, Aaron, I'm Terry Bradshaw. I know he knows me, but I just felt like I better tell him who I am. Yeah. And not, you walk in there and you get in his presence and you feel like it's going to start snowing.
Wow, little cold. That audio comes from 103.7 The Buzz in Arkansas in a radio interview that Terry Bradshaw did. Yeah, I mean, Terry Bradshaw obviously is not a fan of his personally, it seems like, but I agree with the larger sentiment that I don't understand. The Steelers have for years been the team that says, you should be honored to play for us. We do things the right way here. Every time the Steelers are on my television and Jim Nantz is calling the game, it's just a 3-hour glaze fest about how the Steelers are the greatest thing in the history of the world, and if every team was run like them, it'd be better than ever. Well, how does this compart with that? How in the world are you looking at that and saying this is what the Steelers do? They wait around on an old quarterback who probably sucks anyway, who's a mental head case when it comes to keeping your team in it, and you're going to wait around for this guy to hopefully get you the magical number of 9 to 10 wins again like you always get. I just don't understand why they're not trying to prepare for their future rather than say, no, please, Aaron Rodgers, if you would, get off your darkness retreat and come be a part of things here in Pittsburgh.
How are y'all thinking that they're not preparing for their future? I mean, he's not there right now, and they drafted Will Howard, so...
Right. They drafted Will Howard in the 6th round, and I love Will Howard, and I hope he can be the future.
Go Bucks.
That's right. But if, for some reason, all the scouts about Will Howard who said it's going to be a long shot for him to be a great player in the NFL, I hope they're wrong. Well, not in Pittsburgh, but I want him to eventually get somewhere where he can be successful and I don't have to feel like sick to my stomach. The point is, yeah, Will Howard is a plan. I would love to have him in Cleveland. But I just think for the Steelers fans who don't have any attachment to Will Howard, who maybe don't feel that same way, I can understand them looking at this going, we're waiting around on Aaron Rodgers and we're letting him just kind of dictate our whole offseason plan. That seems way different than what the Steelers have been.
I think that the reason that they're probably doing that is because they want a quarterback that has played at a high level offensively. It's no secret that, you guys leave Pittsburgh. As of recent, it was Najee Harris was like, yeah, I don't think they knew what they were doing on offense over there. Like, you hear that type of talk. And the last time this offense was clicking on all cylinders was when Ben Roethlisberger was the quarterback, who was a guy that understood offense, that made his own checks and adjustments and things like that over the course of a game. And I think when you try to lean on the coaching to do that, they're not getting that done to the players. So I think the reason that Aaron Rodgers is so appealing to them is because this is a guy that we don't have to helicopter. He knows what he's doing. He knows football. He's won MVPs. He's called plays, all of those things. And I think that's why they're trying to hold out for him. It's not necessarily for the fact that, that he is great anymore, because he definitely looked like he took a big step back last year. But it would be nice to, at least for the younger guys, pick his brain to see some of the things that he's doing. Maybe he can't make the throws no more, but to still have that mindset of what it takes to be successful in the NFL, I think he still has those things, and it's something that he could teach a Will Howard or somebody like that.
Well, and I think leading by example is important, right? And I do feel a little bit like Aaron Rodgers has been a guy last year. Remember, he was in Egypt during OTAs, and it was, all right, this is not the greatest look. Then this year, he's not even – we know what he's doing, right? It seems like the reason that this is happening is because he probably is going to end up with the Steelers and sign and do all that. He just doesn't want to deal with the OTA stuff. He doesn't want to do the offseason program.
Nobody does.
No, of course not. But they do it because also there's a part of that maybe that helps you win a championship. And like I've said before, the Steelers fans, 10 minutes ago, we were talking about Myles Garrett, who was in Japan, apparently, during the OTAs for the Browns. So, yes, that's also a problem. That's probably not the best thing to be doing either.
But the difference between those two, Myles and Aaron Rodgers, is Myles is playing for the same team that he's been playing for.
That's right.
Myles has the same defensive coordinator. They're running the same plays. So if he's not there, that's fine. But
it's also
like Myles knows what he got.
The reason I know people have an issue with that is because, well, is that not, though, part of a culture issue on the team where you're setting the tone?
Is there any doubt that Myles Garrett is going to show up in game one and be who Myles Garrett is?
No.
That's what I'm saying. But with Aaron Rodgers, there is. I mean, you don't even have chemistry with these wide receivers.
My point is, as a Browns fan, I'm still not thrilled with Myles Garrett not being there. But to your point, I get it. If I'm a Steelers fan, I'm looking at Aaron Rodgers, who apparently is probably going to sign with them. We don't know, but that seems like what's happening. And
maybe he'll retire.
God, that would be hilarious.
Wouldn't that be
Trust me, I'm rooting for this to not get settled until 2 days before week 1. Like, I'm rooting for Aaron Rodgers to.
That's ridiculous.
No, why not?
That's ridiculous.
It doesn't matter if he needs to know the playbook or not. He'll just call his own plays anyway. So he'll just run out there and tell guys what to do in the huddle, and it'll be like Sandlot football. He'll make it work. He's Aaron Rodgers, according to his apologies.
Draw it up in the sand.
Yeah, that doesn't make any sense to me, but whatever. Again, I am not rooting for the Steelers to be good. I am rooting for them to suck. And I think the longer that you play footsie with Aaron Rodgers, the more likely it is this year you're mediocre to bad. Speaking of quarterbacks and trying to set the culture there, I heard something from Joe Flacco. He says he's not trying to be a babysitter. I found these comments interesting. We'll talk about it next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Well, all major roads leading into the metro are looking pretty fantastic and smooth for your Thursday commutes. Good morning to all of our folks over in Dublin and Hilliard. If you're making your way out the door for your commute, 270 northbound and southbound looking great, 70 and 73 miles apart with your drive times, and that's perfect for that Memorial Tournament starting today. I'm 10 TV's Brina Albizu with your fan traffic.
Get your air conditioner fixed fast. Call Care Heating and Cooling, 1-800-COOLING.
Two guys drove to work. Neither guy wore a seatbelt. One guy got a ticket. One guy didn't. The same two guys drove home. One guy wore his seatbelt. One guy didn't. One guy made it home. The guy not wearing his seatbelt didn't. Don't risk it. Click it or ticket. Paid for by NHTSA.
Do your good-looking shoes hurt and you don't want to wear ugly shoes? At the Good Feet store, we can help you wear your heels, boots, and dress shoes again in comfort. Trade in your bad feet for good feet at the Good Feet store.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like asterisk-free checking. An account that's filled with features, but no monthly maintenance fee, no matter what. Because it's your money, right? So we think you should keep it. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney.
Reds fans, we're off to the races. Assemble your pit crew and cheer on your Reds at the 2025 MLB Speedway Classic at Bristol Motor Speedway on Saturday, August 2nd. Tickets are on sale now to watch your Reds shift into high gear when they face off against the Atlanta Braves during this special showcase at one of racing's most iconic tracks. For tickets and more information, visit reds.com/Bristol.
I'm an old school Joe. I never lay juice I don't want to lay. I don't hate my money like that. I'd rather lay -108 than -110, wouldn't you? Prime Sports is Ohio's full-time reduced juice sportsbook. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Meijer, we're working hard to make grocery shopping a good deal better by bringing you low prices on your family's summertime favorites. This week, certified Angus beef ground chuck family packs are just $4.99 per pound. Locally grown asparagus is $1.99 per pound. Select McCormick Grill Mate seasonings are 2 for $4. And assorted varieties of Coca-Cola or Pepsi products are buy 2 12-packs, get 1 free. Plus deposit where applicable. counting on great deals with every Meijer visit. That's the good life. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Everybody today in America is trying to get healthy. I'm doing it, you're doing it. There's people out there everywhere. And most people, they don't feel good. And so when you don't feel good, what do? You go to the doctor. There's pills, there's steroids, there's surgery. You don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to be put on the shelf. You don't want to put things in your body that you do not enjoy. So here's what you need to do. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics, just like I did. My body was beaten up, so was my dad's. We went to QC Kinetics. They're not into the quick fixes. They're going to go there and they're going to diagnose you and find regenerative treatments with your own body's healing power to help heal that damaged tissue. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to do the things you'll love again, and that's perfect because it's summertime. So listen, they're going to go right to the source of it at the cellular level. So give them a call at 380-208-4544 or go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have offices all over Ohio. So go check them out today.
Brought to you by the Capital One Savor Card. With Savor, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Savor Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.
Evan Cohen here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows, binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and to enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. Baseball from Wednesday afternoon. Angel Martinez had a go-ahead 3-run homer as part of a 5-run 8th inning, and the Guardians rallied past the Dodgers to get the 7-4 win. The Guards will be off today before beginning a 3-game set at home against the Angels on Friday night. In Kansas City, the Reds fell to the Royals 3-2 in the series finale. Cincinnati still takes 2 out of the 3-game set. The Redlegs will be off today as well. Then they begin a 3-gamer at Wrigley Field on Friday night. Stanley Cup playoffs trailing 2-0 after the first period. The Panthers score 3 in the second and then 2 more in the third as they beat the Canes 5-3, and the defending champs are again heading back to the Stanley Cup final. NBA playoffs, the Thunder absolutely hammer the Timberwolves 124-94 as Oklahoma City wins the Western Conference in 5 games and they advance to the NBA Finals. And in soccer, the Crew played Nashville to an even 2-2 draw last night at Lower.com Field. Breaking sports news when it happens here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
Good morning, friends. You're listening to a special edition of T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
We are live from Muirfield Memorial Tournament. Teeing off today. We are less than an hour from the first golfer sitting the course. Hope you are on your way out here. If you are on your way out this weekend, hopefully we'll see you. We'll be out here today and tomorrow till 9 a.m. today, 6 to 9 a.m. tomorrow. All of our shows will be out here all day long, pretty much through 6 p.m. So if you are on your way to the course any of the days this weekend, we'll have shows for you on the weekend as well. Fan Sports Saturday and Sunday will be out here. So plenty of opportunities for you to hang out with us here at Muirfield. We're by the Champions Pavilion, so come by and say hi. I'm T-Bone. He's Tyvis Powell. We were talking in the break about how Tyvis doesn't drink most.
Now, how Tyvis is responsible. That's
Sure.
what you were supposed to say.
Sure, because we're discussing a little bit about
responsible adult.
Well, we're out the Memorial. People like to have a drink out at the golf course.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Coffee.
No,
That's
no.
about in the morning.
No. Out here.
What time of day are you talking about?
I don't know, but I know that most of the golf is done by like 4 or 5 in the afternoon, and I've seen people plenty hammered before that. So I don't know how early they're starting, but there's hospitality out here. I'm just saying it wouldn't be uncommon for me to see someone having a beer before 9 a.m. out here at Muirfield. It wouldn't. I don't know where they're getting it.
I guarantee you that
it's happening.
I know. What I'm going to say is I guarantee you I've never had beer or alcohol in my life, so I can't tell you. But I can guarantee you that after brushing your teeth and then drinking a beer, it can't taste good. It can't taste the same.
Well, it's not any worse than drinking orange juice after brushing your teeth.
That's bad. That's why you drink water.
You should hydrate when you come out here, of course. No matter what you're drinking, make sure you stay hydrated, even though probably not going to be as hot this weekend as it has been some weeks that we've had the Memorial Tournament. You still got to hydrate. You still got to do your thing.
You see all these people walking past? That it's either coffee or water.
Well, yeah, right cups. Now, but by 9 a.m., I guarantee you.
9 a.m.
And by the way, there's someone walking.
Going to be.
I promise you, someone walking by right now with the coffee has a little bit of Bailey's in it. I guarantee you, someone's got some Bailey's in there.
I doubt it.
Anyway, Tyvis was saying that he can't drink like Orange Crush, like a soda.
Yeah, that's ridiculous.
Before noon, you don't drink lemonade before noon.
That's ridiculous.
Okay, Listen, I'm ridiculous with my food. I understand that.
Because I'm a mature, responsible adult. You've never. Wait a minute.
You're like a toddler with a digestive issue where it's don't give him apple juice before noon. He'll throw up.
T-Bo, you don't remember when you was a kid?
Yeah.
And you tried to ask for some juice. And your parents was like, no, you got to wait till lunchtime.
We do that now.
See, this thing is...
Because they're children.
Okay, see, but
we're grown-ups. We're adults. We can handle our apple juice in your case, or something harder for me.
This is the discipline that happened to me when I was a kid.
Good.
So, like, for example, this is one thing that as an adult I should have grown out of, but I still do it to this day. Back when I was a kid, my mother would always say, don't drink that drink until you finish that food. You ever see me eat, I never touch my drink until after I'm done eating the entire meal. Every time. And it's not like something that I'm intentionally doing. I do it and don't even realize that that's what I do, but I never drink until after I'm done.
So you won't be taking sips of whatever you have and then take a bite and then a few more sips. And interesting.
It's because my mother made me not do that when I was a kid. So like for the rest of my life, I just
see you're inspirational because you're showing people that you can be weird as hell and still do successful, great things as an athlete. Look at you. That's great.
To be successful, you have to have discipline.
Discipline.
And that's what this is.
I agree.
I have discipline in my life.
This is bizarre. That's what I'm saying. This is bizarre. Also, by the way, there's been NFL players who eat candy all day long and are successful. So I don't know.
DK Metcalf.
Yeah,
and that's why his career has went.
Oh no, he was doing that when he had the ripped abs and everything.
He need to stop, and he need to stop doing that. And Joshua Miller in the chat said he's the one with the coffee and Bailey's.
See, I told you.
And Kahlua.
Yeah, I'm telling you, this is a thing. I mean, I'm a soccer fan, so I've had a Guinness at 7 a.m. That's nothing for me. That's light work. But I understand if you're not, getting up to watch Liverpool, in the derby, you may not be doing that. But I'm telling you, out here, people are cranking a beer well before 9 a.m. Bloody Marys for sure.
Andrew Johnson says that people are drinking Bloody Marys and screwdrivers by 7 a.m.
Absolutely.
today.
Yeah. Screwdrivers. Yeah, you got the whole thing.
That can't be good for your liver.
Who cares?
What do you mean?
It's one day.
What are you talking about?
If it's your life, if you're doing it every day, yes, it's a problem. If you're doing it when you're having a little fun, you're out with some friends, you're in a safe environment.
So you got to drink to have fun?
You don't have to, but you also don't have to take a flight to travel, but people do. You could walk there, but having a plane is a little easier. That's all. I'm just saying, yeah, we get a horse and go to Arizona, but now they have flights. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to take a flight and have a good time. By the way, Joe Flacco, he's a man. He's 40. He is the elder statesman there in the Browns quarterback room. He was asked, and I actually liked his response to this question. If you go listen to the whole thing, he said, no matter what I answer this, you're going to turn it into a clip and you're going to make it something.
That's a fact.
But he basically was asked, do you feel like you're a mentor to some of these guys? And he said, if I say yes, that means I'm not taking winning seriously and I'm just here to teach. If I say no, then that means I'm a selfish player who's not trying to help the other guys.
He's correct.
He did say, though, he said, it's really not about that. It's about the main focus. I see myself as a guy that can play in this league, so if your main focus was just like, hey, I'm going to get you ready, you're not taking care of business. The best way to be a mentor, honestly, is to show people how you go to work. And like I said, hope they pick up that stuff, but not necessarily force them to pick it up on the things that you do. He's more or less saying, I'm not going to babysit and hold these guys' hands. If they see how I go about my business as a pro and they learn from that, great. And I hope they do, but I'm going to just do what I do, and hopefully guys pick up that example.
Yeah, I think that people take this way too deep than what it is. You know, first of all, quarterback rooms or any position group they're really tight in there because you talk to each other all day, you joke around with each other, you watch film, you ask questions to each other. So there's going to be learning from Joe Flacco from the younger guys. That's going to happen. And it's not like Joe's not going to go, like if he sees somebody struggling, it's not like he's not going to go up to him and be like, hey, you know what? On this play, you should try to do this. Like, that's going to happen organically, naturally. He's saying he's not forcing it, is what he's saying. I'm not about to go down there and say, you know what, the way that I do it is 100% the correct way you need to do it. Like, that's not what he's going to do. He's going to be like, listen, I'm going to show you how I do my thing. This is how I get ready. This is what has brought me success in the NFL. If you pick it up and use it, great. If you don't, there's still other ways for you to still be successful. And you can look at other guys in that quarterback. Kenny Pickett's been in the quarterback room. So if you're a Shador or Dylan Gabriel, you can look at Kenny and be like, oh, I like the way Kenny does that. Let me try to put that in my game. So I think Joe is right. Like, I'm not about to babysit you, but because I'm still trying to play myself, but I will help you out if you need help.
Yeah, I think it's a fair way to look at it. I don't think there's anything wrong with that, and I'm glad that Joe Flacco is being upfront and honest about it because, you know, that is the thing that going back to that Aaron Rodgers discussion. Wouldn't it be valuable even if Aaron Rodgers doesn't need the practice time? Joe Flacco doesn't need any of this either. He's been in this Kevin Stefanski offense before. He knows roughly how it works. Yeah. He obviously wasn't here last year, but he could very easily pick up most of it from memory.
It'd be like riding a bike. He'll hear it again and be like, oh, yeah, that's right. Boom, 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 boom.
That's why it'd probably be better if Aaron Rodgers, if he is going to play for the Steelers, were there. You know, especially in a situation like this. It feels like that's where you could, if nothing else, lead by example. But
Aaron Rodgers has darkness retreats he's got to go to, Mother Ayahuasca he's got to visit.
Sipping that tea. That's right. I just knew ayahuasca was a thing. It was Aaron Rodgers that made me understand it was sipped as a tea. I didn't know that.
I don't know nothing about it.
Apparently it's like it's an herbal thing you sip, but it's got all the hallucinogenic properties. Get you going. Psychedelic. It's psychedelic.
You think he doing that before noon?
Oh, yeah.
Well, he's out of his mind.
Listen, some good trips start early, right? He takes the early flight to get on his trip. That's all I'm saying.
Somebody in the chat says a Nordecki tailgate would kill me.
Oh, yeah. So that's the crew fans. They tailgate before the games. Oh. Now, a lot of the games are at 7. So but you don't drink. So like they've got like Fireball and different things they're passing around, and you're not going to partake in any of that.
Yeah, I was down in Florida watching the Panthers and Carolina playoff game, and every time they scored, the bar would give shots to the Panthers fans.
Right.
And it was 5-0. And I watched these kids get up go up there and get 5 shots. I said, y'all are out of y'all mind.
I mean, it's
meanwhile, I'm sipping on water.
That's right. And you were having a great time.
Had the time of my life.
You should have the time of your life. By the way, congrats to the Panthers. They took care of business against Carolina last night. They are back in the Stanley Cup for the 3rd straight year. They will see if they can repeat as champions. Still waiting on the other side, right? Edmonton and Dallas are still sorting theirs out, but Edmonton firmly in the lead. We'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about the NBA, too, because they had one of their 2 teams got crowned. But next, we're going to do the list, top 5 cookout foods. You can tweet at us at Bone and Tyvis 971 or hop in the YouTube chat. We'll tell you ours next. It's Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still noticing foggy conditions all throughout the metro, especially for folks living on the east and southeast side. If you're in Etna and Pataskala and making your way to the city taking 40, expect some slowdowns this morning. Again, we're seeing some bumper-to-bumper traffic because of that low visibility. I'm 10 TV's Breen Albizu with your fan traffic.
From military life to a rewarding career in IT, kickstart your new journey in a matter of months in the fields of IT and cybersecurity, including AI. Learn more at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP. Financial aid is available for qualified students, including VA benefits.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a mysterious room of long-forgotten, moldy mascot memorabilia. Often pitched by ad agencies, always rejected by NJM. Is it real? We may never know. But what is real is NJM's dedication to doing what's right for their customers. Astoundingly, they're proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance. Learn more at njm.com.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries. Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle in Market District. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting lower prices. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle. Experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle today to see how easy it is to save.
Boating season is finally here, and Buckeye Lake Marina is your go-to destination for all your on-the-water needs. With the largest inventory in Central Ohio, you can choose from top brands like Bennington, South Bay, Crown Line, and more. Buckeye Lake Marina has it all. Pontoon boats, luxury tri-toon boats, even merch. Open 7 days a week to serve you better. Find your next dream boat at Buckeye Lake Marina. Visit BuckeyeLakeMarina.com today for all your on-the-water needs. The good life, the lake life, starts at Buckeye Lake Marina.
Going up. Prices keep going up these days. It feels like being on an elevator that only goes up. Going up. But not at Metro. We're pushing the down button. Going down. We've lowered prices. Get one line of 5G data for $40, period. That's 20% lower. And you get a free Samsung 5G phone when you bring your number. Only at Metro.
5-year guarantee on eligible plans. Exclusions apply. See website for details. Not available at Metro with T-Mobile in the past 6 months. Tax applies.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.625%, APR 6.685% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
The Fan at 1460 ESPN Columbus is your radio home for Sunday Night Baseball.
Sponsored by The Waterworks. Call The Waterworks and Header Heating and Cooling today at 614-232-2222.
The Fan.
Proper tree care is an investment that can lead to substantial returns and increased personal enjoyment. Hiring a certified arborist can help care for your trees and add considerable value to your property. Inspections by Ohio ISA certified arborists can often find and mitigate tree defects before they fail. Only professionals with specialized knowledge and training are properly equipped to provide appropriate care. To find an arborist, visit trees4ohio.org. That's trees4ohio.org.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here for today. We are expecting some clouds this morning with sunshine for the afternoon. High temperatures back into the mid-70s. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies with temperatures cooling down into the upper 50s. The clouds are ahead of our next chance of rain here as we go through the day on Friday. The rainfall could be heavy at times, especially as we look ahead to the morning hours of your Friday. High temperatures only into the 60s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Tyvis is convinced he can hit a 300-yard drive.
It's a giant swing.
His actual number?
Look at that ball go.
3.
Wow.
3 yards. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
As you're making your way in, if you are headed out to the Memorial Tournament today, stop by and see us. We are here right outside Champions Pavilion, right by the driving range. As you get off the shuttle, if you take that in, come and see us. We will be here today, tomorrow, as will all the fan shows all this weekend. We are out here at Jack's Place for the Memorial Tournament. Tyvis, you got something to tell the people.
Yeah, I got to talk to them about my guys at Tri-State Men's Health, because there are a few things more wonderful in life than intimacy. Like the milkshakes from Muirfield.
I've heard they're great.
They're pretty good. So I think they're up there. But when erectile dysfunction harms intimacy, it can be very devastating and effective to a relationship. So don't let that be you. If you suffer from ED, go holler at my people at Tri-State Men's Health, because they work when the pills and the herbals fail. They have treatments with success rates well over 90%, and the treatment can have you lasting an hour or more. T-Bone, that's what I'm talking about. Make you feel young again. Mm-hmm. Tri-State Men's Health has 6 locations. 2 of them is in Columbus. The one is the quick exit off of 270 in Hilliard.
Quick off. I'm with you. I know what you're saying. Go ahead. Still listening.
And the one I go to is the one in Westerville. Schedule a consult with Tri-State Men's Health today. That includes a medical consult with licensed medical provider and a TNPSA test. And if medically advised, a test dose. Initial consult is free. This is a limited time offer, so schedule today. Call them today at 800-900-9654 or visit tristatemenshealth.com.
It'll be quick, but a long time of quickness.
Yes.
That's you on the golf course.
Quick, yes.
Quick to
off.
Get over the rope and run across. And you'd run for a very long time because they would never catch you.
I just want to see, like, do you see the golf carts and everything?
Oh, yeah.
Like, they would be trying to chase me down, and, like, I would hit them with a move and make them crash.
Oh.
Make them crash into each other. And then it's like 6 other guys running after me, and I'm just laughing the whole entire time.
If you are ever looking for someone to give a motivational speech at your school for kids who need self-esteem and belief in themselves, have Tyvis Powell come in, because the man is never short on confidence.
I'm just saying.
And I love that about you.
To
it's
have
great.
that go viral.
I also
would
pay lots of money to watch this happen, to see how perhaps wrong you could be.
Well, the thing is, we would have to make an agreement with security that they can't use tasers.
Oh, okay.
If we can,
well, that's then okay. Yeah, sure.
If we just go do this and there's no tasers involved,
isn't that like saying I could shut down Tom Brady as long as he's not allowed to throw it past 20 yards? Like,
well,
you're taking away part of the game here. That's part of the competition.
The tasers part, like if they get you. You going down.
Yes. That's why people don't run on the golf course, because they know that's a possibility. Yeah. You, on the other hand, think you can get away with it.
Well, lucky for them, I don't feel like dealing with that today. Tomorrow's a new day.
Today you have to go to Cleveland. So I know you've got another. But tomorrow, you're right, your weekend's clear after that. All right, it's time for the list. Let's do it, Bodie.
The best, the worst, and sometimes even the dumbest. It's all here on the list.
All right, so we are doing top 5 foods for the cookout, because I feel like the Memorial Tournament does signify in Central Ohio the start of summer. It is a great time to be out. Even though it's a little chilly today, it feels still like I don't know, if the start of the summer was happening in Scotland, this is maybe what I think it would feel like. It's a little cool, it's a little gray, but still a beautiful day to get out here, and we're going to have a lot of fun. But, yeah, we know the temperatures are rising. It's going to be time for cooking out very soon. Tyvis, I'll let you start. Your top 5 cookout foods, if you had to put it. These can be mains, sides, desserts, anything you want.
I got a little bit of both. I got a couple of mains and a few sides. For me, I'm going to start with an honorable mention.
Oh, okay.
Salad, 7-layer salad, if you've ever
7-layer salad?
Yeah, it's got like a 7 layers. It's a lot of cheese, a lot of lettuce, and
that's 2.
You got to try it. I can't think of all 7 things off the top of my head.
So
it's like bacon bits and
a dense salad.
Yes.
Okay.
It's really
great.
good.
A fresh salad can be good when you're going out. That's right.
Number 5 on my list is grilled corn.
Love grilled corn.
Yeah, my grandparents put it in the foil, put like some pepper, salt and pepper in it, and put it on the grill. It's delicious.
That's right.
I actually just had some for Memorial Day.
Love it.
Number 4 for me, fresh fruit. You see how healthy this is sounding right now?
I see.
But fruit is better in the summer. You get peaches, plums, all of the strawberries, all of those delicious things.
Yeah.
I think you definitely need to have a side of that on your plate. Make sure you have a side of that on your plate.
All right. What? This is your list. Just wait for mine.
Number 3, mac and cheese. Mac and cheese probably goes with everything that you put on the grill. It's like a must-have side dish. Number 2, burgers and hot dogs. I love a nice charred hot dog. Of course, without the bun, just to make it a little bit better. When you get it without the bun, I'm telling you, it's just You put that, you sprinkle that ketchup on the side, and you just dip it in the ketchup.
All right, Fish, our program director, is here. He is from Chicago, and you just said no bun on the hot dog and dip it in ketchup. And he is now he is falling down the Jen Winters hill.
I'm just saying.
He's just dove over the railing.
Can I get to number one?
Yes, go ahead. Go ahead.
Number one. This is like the number one reason why I look this summer.
Okay.
Ribs.
Oh, ribs on the grill.
Ribs on the grill is the best thing in the world.
Love a rib.
I just had like 50 of them on Monday.
Beautiful. I'm sure. And again, you know what? That's not healthy, and I'm happy for you.
Well,
I'm not judging. I'm not saying anything other than like, T-Bone, why don't you stop that? Like, I'm not saying that. I'm just saying, Tyvis, enjoy your ribs. That's great.
No, ribs is...
They're calling you Adam and Eve. You have so many ribs.
There's nothing wrong with ribs, because if you're going to eat healthy, you're supposed to eat meat and plants.
Sure.
Animals and plants.
Yeah.
Like, you got to cut the carbs out.
I don't know if you know where wheat comes from. It's not from space. It grows in the ground. It's a plant.
Okay.
Wheat's a grain, but it's a plant.
Let's hear your list.
All right. So, first of all, I'm going to start with the dessert, because I love a dessert, and I feel like your list did not have enough dessert.
Oh, well, of course not.
So here's what I want. Actually, I'll start from the top and get to dessert. Hamburgers are number one for me. Okay. Hot dogs I'm separating, because I'm not going to just say hamburgers and hot dogs like it's a throwaway thing. Hot dogs have to be all beef hot dogs, and then I need a solid bun for that. In fact, I want a pretzel bun for the hot dog. That is
taking the taste away.
Stone ground mustard.
If the hot dog is grilled right, you don't need a bun.
Okay.
I'm just saying. Just saying.
It just adds. It's a holder.
It's like steak.
Someone said this on Twitter yesterday. If you get a good
steak, you don't need steak sauce.
It's an edible handle.
Oh my goodness.
You just hold the hot dog. It doesn't burn your hand. It's like an oven mitt that you can just eat while it's hot.
Eat it with a fork.
No, don't eat that. Mac and cheese, I agree with you on. I do like fresh fruit. I like a fruit salad where you get a little bit of the strawberry, a little bit of the melon family in there, some grapes,
some
little sliced
cantaloupe,
some sliced kiwi is good. Now, so I said mac and cheese. I'm going to make corn my honorable mention, because I do feel like grilled corn is awesome. But if I had to choose between these two, I've got a side of mac and cheese that I like. I'm going to go with my dessert is an ice cold, out of the fridge, you've made it beforehand, but it's nice and cool, a key lime pie to just seal the deal on that. You have all the burgers and mac and cheese in there. You got some fruit and then a key lime pie.
Now, somebody in the chat said banana pudding, and I can get behind that.
Well, it's okay, fine, but it's got to be cold. I want this to be almost...
Why?
Because it's summer and I need a little cool refreshment. And then, of course, wash it down with copious amounts of beer, which I know you're not going to do. Bodie, what's your list? What do you have for your top five on?
All right, fellas. No particular order here. I kind of almost wrote it down as if I was filling my plate, but nevertheless, went with a burger. If I have the choice between burger, hot dogs, and brats, I'm taking the burger, so went with that.
Without the bun, correct?
No, that's incorrect. I also wrote down fruit, in particular watermelon. I absolutely love watermelon throughout the summer. I'll get that just constantly throughout the summer months here. Deviled eggs for me. I'm not going to get a bunch, but I'm going to get a couple, and there's going to be a couple on the plate each time.
That's a fact.
And then two more here, broccoli salad and then pasta salad. Bo, and I think you kind of hit the nail on the head here a second ago there, mentioning cold food. I think you got to have a good bit of cold food on the plate during the summer months. Kind of keeps you cooled off during the cookout out there in the heat.
That's fair. I think there's a good mixture of that. I did talk with my mom about lasagna the other day, and she said, well, you're not going to have lasagna in the summer. And I said, what? Not every day, but I can't. It's summer. I mean, I doesn't mean you don't eat any hot food the rest of the summer. It's just it's a heavier food. It's going to stick in your stomach a little bit, but no, I'll have a lasagna. But I get what you're saying. At a cookout, especially you're outside, you want some cool refreshments. So I do like that list.
That's the fresh fruit for me.
I'm never going to. I'll tell you this though. Deviled eggs are something that I have tried to like them.
You don't like deviled eggs?
I can't. No.
Wow.
The texture. I'm not a big egg guy anyway. I'll eat a scrambled egg, but it's like the last thing on the plate of all the breakfast stuff. I'm just like, I guess
I'm not going to lie to you. My deviled eggs never make it to the seat. Like, it's one of them things that you grab, you put it on your plate, but you eat it while you're in line.
No, I don't even know.
It's never made it to the chair.
If the smell gets to my nose, I'm like, ugh. Like, I will vomit.
You're missing out on life.
I know. My wife loves them. She'll eat like 4 of them and then want to come in for a smooch, and I'm like, no thanks, honey. I'm sorry. We got to get some Listerine or so. I can't do it. I'm not. I'm not with any of the deviled egg family. I don't get it. I don't like it. But, Bodie, I'm glad you do. And I'm glad you do too, Tyvis. I'm not with you on that. Coming up next, something. You know what? We're live at the Memorial. We'll talk about something next. I have my sheet up, but the computer has locked me out.
What's up in 2 minutes is college football continues to be dumb, and we'll explain the latest issue of the new playoff team.
Thank you, Tyvis, for saving the day. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Thursday. Good morning to all of our folks over in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. If you are stepping out the door for your commute, US 33 eastbound and westbound looking pretty good, but we do want to say you have some foggy conditions in your area, so take note of that right there. Thankfully, no major slowdowns or accidents to report as of now. US 33 at Hamilton Road looking a little bit dicey with those foggy conditions. Again, not too many people on the roads, so just make sure to take it nice and slow. I'm 10 TV's Breen Albizu with your fan traffic.
The success you've already had matters at University of Maryland Global Campus because we're a school for real life. An accredited state university, UMGC lets you earn up to 90 credits toward a bachelor's for prior learning, life, and work experience, or transfer up to 12 credits toward a master's. We offer affordable tuition and online and hybrid courses. No application fee if you apply by May 30th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chev.
This is the next phase in my therapeutic work.
Nicole Kidman returns for the Hulu original 9 Perfect Strangers Season 2.
Breathe in, breathe out.
This is safe?
We take you back to a core trauma. Breathe in, breathe out.
She is manipulating us.
Breathe in, breathe out. Why are you resisting?
Is it too late to get a refund? The all-new season of 9 Perfect Strangers is now streaming on Hulu and Disney+. New episodes Wednesdays.
Jeremy Foltz, CEO and co-founder of 3C Technology Solutions, speaks about working with First Bank of Central Ohio.
I think FBCO had a really nice personal touch. Transition was really easy and much cleaner than I thought it would be. Some very specific things that made me very excited to work with them are availability and creativity.
Experience what it's like to be first at First Bank of Central Ohio. Visit fbcentralohio.com for more details. Member FDIC, an equal housing lender.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
T-Bone and Tyvis, 2 men who couldn't possibly look more out of place broadcasting live at the Memorial Tournament.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Come out and join us at the Memorial. We are out here at Muirfield live all day today, tomorrow, and all weekend. If you are headed out, stop by. T-Bone and Tyvis, we're here till 9 a.m. Then Bishop and Friends takes over. Rothman and Ice after that. Common Man and Timmy, although it is going to be Timmy Hall and Brandon Beam, I believe, out here for that show from 3 to 6. And then we're back at it tomorrow. Same thing all weekend as well. So if you're headed out to the Memorial, make sure you stop by. If you're not headed out, good news. We got you covered. We're going to be here all day. We'll be talking to people. We'll make you feel like you are. So just keep it on the Fan all day long. By the way, in the chat, Aiden said on our YouTube chat, you can go there, just 971 The Fan on YouTube. You'll find us. Aiden said his top 5 cookout foods. Ribs number 1, hamburger number 2, baked mac and cheese number 3. I want to specify that's what I meant. When I said mac and cheese, it's that, yes, with the layer of thickness on top.
How
I
else
love it.
do you... It's always baked for mine. So.
You don't ever get mac and cheese. It's just like you melt you make like a bechamel, and you make the cheese sauce, and you pour that over the mac and cheese. That's it.
No. Are you crazy? That's my kids do that stuff.
Okay, well, I'm just telling you that's a way to have it. But I'm with you. I'm
gonna be honest with you. If somebody bring that to the cookout, take that dish and get up out of here.
It's got to be baked with the crust on top.
Get up out of here.
That's good. Well, that's what I'm just saying. That's what I was thinking. Deviled eggs is 4, and then like you said, banana pudding there. Also, I believe it was Andrew who said, I'm going to need a Tyvis top 5 cheese list at some point.
Oh.
I think that would be great.
I'm really big on hot pepper cheese.
Common Man, if this is actually him, someone labeling themselves as Common Man says that hot dog needs a New England-style hot dog bun where you can butter and griddle the sides. Now, that sounds great. You know what that is, right?
No.
A New England hot. It's like it almost looks like a piece of bread that's been sliced at the top, and it's like a split top.
The top sliced bun.
Yeah, but it's not like it doesn't open all the way. It's just kind of like you stick the hot dog in there. But you can butter the sides and put it on the grill, get a little char on it like a grilled cheese, and then put the
people that's too much.
Yeah,
that's too much.
100% agreed. Although I like a pretzel bun too for a hot dog, but I get that's a good option. So you can keep those coming in the YouTube chat right now. Just hop in there. We are there. Just search 971 The Fan and you'll find us. College football continuing the discussion around what we should do with the college football playoffs. Big Ten ADs came out apparently yesterday and said they don't support the 5+11 model. So there's two models that they're looking at. One is the 4 power conferences, and then the group of 5, I think, they would all get automatic qualifiers. There would be 11 at-large bids at that point, open to whoever and whatever. Any year it could be any number of teams from any number of conferences. But only the champs get the auto bid. The SEC has been kicking around that. Big Ten has 2. Or the 4 automatic qualifiers for the SEC and the Big Ten. ACC gets 2, Big 12 gets 2, then there's 3 at-larges after that. Anyway, not exactly the preferred way to do it, but that is one of the other ideas out there. I think that one would be way worse. Apparently the Big Ten AD said they don't support the 5+11 model.
Of course they don't. There's enough their money.
Well, there's that. Because unsaid in all of this, or I guess now it's starting to be said, I think even one of the SEC guys said this. I want to say it was Mike Elko at Texas A&M. One of the coaches essentially said, we don't want to do we're not going to do any type of playoff changes unless we're guaranteed that we get to play. We're not going to do the 9-game playoff, I should say, the 9 games in conference play. We're not going to do that unless we get 4 automatic qualifying spots for the SEC. Because our schedule's so tough as it is. If we have to play another game, play that 9th game, you're pretty much guaranteeing we'll have too many losses to be an at-large team in the playoffs. So we need guaranteed 4 teams in every single year. Well, the Big Ten now apparently has come out, their ADs and coaches, and have said, well, we don't want to give – they have to accept a 9-game playoff, the 9-game conference schedule for any of these changes to take effect. So now it sounds like we're at an impasse. It sounds like we're just going to slam into each other.
So they mad that they got to play 9 games like everybody else.
Yeah.
9 conference games, I should say.
They essentially said, because the SEC has said if we do the 5+11 model, where it's just one champion and then everybody else in, we're not going to 9 conference games. We'll stay at 8. Big Ten is saying, we don't want to play you and make this equal footing if you're not going to have 9 conference games like the rest of us do. SEC still hasn't done that.
I mean, I understand that. That's fair. Listen, I'm good with either one. I think that if you want to be fair and honest about it, the 5+11 is the most fair thing. Because, like I said, when we talked about it the other day or yesterday, I was like, if the Big Ten is that good, they'll get 4 in. There'll be 4 schools that'll make it. But this gives you the chance to get 5 or 6, and the same thing with the SEC. Now, the only reason that the Big Ten don't want to go that model is because it's not guaranteed that they get in, so they won't be able to sell the 1 and 2, 3,
well, that's
3
the other,
and 6 and 4 and 5.
The reason the Big Ten has been pushing let's get 4 auto bids is that we want that. The Big Ten says we want it so we can play that conference championship weekend. We can also have play-in games for the 4 auto bids, which at some point, I understand the money behind that. I understand the interest that some people might say, oh, well, you know what? That will be fun to watch that weekend. But I don't know how you make college football's regular season less irrelevant than if you start doing that.
I
because
agree.
You are now starting to take away not just that, but you're going to add in, if you do this, you're going to 16 teams. So then pretty much any of the good schools, will Ohio State ever miss a 16-team playoff?
They shouldn't.
If they shouldn't, everyone gets fired.
Yeah.
The AD gets fired, not just the head coach. Everyone's gone if that happens. So there's less drama for your in-season games. We're already Ohio State, as much as we watch all the Ohio State games, lots of Ohio State fans, obviously you see the ratings. Still one of the most popular products on television, on radio, is Ohio State football. Mm-hmm. There are how many games a year that are actually close for Ohio State? 3? maybe 4.
Maybe 4.
Depends on the year and depends on how good everybody else is, how good Ohio State is. But you may have 4 contests a year that are even in doubt. If you split those, you're not missing the playoffs.
That's not fair because even in the CFP, Ohio State played, 1 close game, and that was Texas?
Well, I know that.
So that's what Ohio State going to do. They're just going to roll.
My point is, Ohio State's not the only one, though, right? I would say if you go to a lot of other schools that are that good, who have that much power, influence, everything, Texas shouldn't be in many close games. Bama, though they were last year, shouldn't be in many close games. Georgia shouldn't be, even though they had a tough schedule. They shouldn't be in many close games. If you're telling me the like best of the best teams, Notre Dame shouldn't be, to throw Bodie's team in there. You're telling me those teams, if they only have 3 or 4 close games every year anyway, and now you're saying if they split those, they're probably going to be guaranteed in if they have 2 losses or fewer, because now we're letting in 16 teams, then where's your drama in your reg? Other than just in the moment you watch that game and go, oh, this was a fun game. I wonder who's going to win.
Well, I mean,
but both of those teams, if they're both like top 10 teams, they're probably not missing the playoffs.
They lost this mojo this past year. If you lost the game now, it's not the end of the world like it used to be. No. Like back when I was banging, if you lost 1, it was like, oh, man, you might not make it because it was only 4. But now that it's, what we at, 12? Now that it's 12, it's like, if I lose 1, okay, I'm good. If I lose 2, I'm still good. I'm teetering, but I'm good.
If you're Lane Kiffin, you should be able to lose 3, 4, 5 and still let him in.
He's out
just such a tough.
He's out
conference.
to lunch on this one.
No kidding. Well, he's out to lunch on a lot of things. Did you see that interview he had with Paul Feinbaum?
I did not.
You should go watch it. It's one of the most awkward interviews. I mean, every year they do this at the SEC meetings that they do in Destin, and it's quite awkward. But because, among other things, Paul Feinbaum is blamed by Lane Kiffin for getting him fired at USC.
Oh, really?
And so they kind of had a discussion about that. It's just very awkward television. But I enjoyed watching it. It was just very awkward. Also, Chip Kelly, Bodie's guy, no, it wasn't Chip Kelly. It was Brian Kelly. It's LSU head coach. I don't know why I said Chip Kelly. Brian Kelly, head coach at LSU, he said he'd like to see the partnership with the Big Ten and play the 9 conference games. He wants the whole thing. He wants there to be 9 conference games and then a partnership where Ohio State and the Big Ten and SEC play each other every year. So 10 of their games are spoken for. They would only have 2 games. That I could get behind that. I don't know if the entirety of the SEC will, but Brian Kelly says he wants to do that. So if they can make that happen, again, I don't think any of that's happening unless they get 4 automatic bids.
Oh my God!
But that's what they're going to try to do to sell you on it.
They're not in the driver's seat no more.
But the Big Ten is, and they want the same thing. They want the 4 automatic qualifiers too.
Wow, well, I told you that's money driven. No, I thought the SEC flipped.
Well, their coaches said we like the 5+11.
Okay,
but the coaches are just one element of this. The ADs, the money, like you said, and if you do that 5+11, you're probably not doing a play-in tournament, right? So because they're not guaranteed. So I could see the SEC saying, that's great, the coaches want that. They're going to get half of them are going to get fired in the next 2 years anyway. We don't care what they think. We're going for the money.
Just go where this thing is ultimately going.
Meanwhile,
split the country in half.
Yeah.
And then play the North, South, the winner of the North, 7 teams from the North, 7 teams from the South. That's your playoffs.
Yeah. Meanwhile, most college football fans, I think, we just want to watch games. We want to see good football. We want to have fun, and we want to hope for some drama. And I don't want to wait until just December to get drama in the college football season. I want to have some drama during September, October. I want to think if you get upset in September, that might matter a little bit. It might make you a little nervous. I think that would be good. I don't think it's
if you get upset
great if we're going to have 16 teams and everybody's auto-qualifying. It doesn't seem great to me.
If you get upset in September, it stinks, but it's not the end of the world.
No. Even in the old system. Now, you could pretty much lose. Unless you lose by 30, you're probably not even going to even bat an eye at that. One man had the worst feeling in the world, or one of the worst feelings in the world, at one of the biggest sporting events in the world over the weekend. I'll tell you about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Thursday. Good morning to all of our folks over in the Canal, Winchester, and Pickerington area. If you are stepping out the door for your commute, US 33 eastbound and westbound looking pretty good, but we do want to say you have some foggy conditions in your area, so take note of that right there. Thankfully, no major slowdowns or accidents to report as of now. US 33 at Hamilton Road looking a little bit dicey with those foggy conditions. Again, not too many people on the roads, so just make sure to take it nice and slow. I'm 10 TV's Breen Albizu with your fan traffic.
Care Heating and Cooling. When you need a company you can trust, call 1-800-COOLING.
Hey, you. Wouldn't a Diet Coke at 7 a.m. totally hit? You know you can get that from Wendy's for just $1, right? Even you, girl drinking a Fanta on the way to 8 a.m. Pilates class. Any soda you want, any size, just $1. So go get that breakfast soda, you morning menace. But maybe hurry, because it's only during breakfast. Morning soda? Gotta be Wendy's.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's during breakfast hours. Exclusions apply. Not valid on a combo. Prices may be higher in Hawaii.
Get Mega May discounts at Codland Kia. Lease a new Kia K4, only $89 a month for 24 months. Or get 1.9% financing for 48 months. Or $2,000 bonus cash on a new 25 Kia Sportage or Sorrento. Visit CodlandKia.com.
Codland has the car for you.
$49.99 due at signing. 10,000 miles per year. 20 cents per mile over. Tax, title, and license fees excluded. No security deposit. $400 disposition fee at lease end. 1.9 for 48 equals $21.65 per 1,000 finance. With approved credit for KMF. Residency restrictions may apply. Offers cannot be combined. See dealer for details. N6225.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Looking to buy a home? CME Federal Credit Union has got you covered. With a 5-1 adjustable rate mortgage from CME, you can lock in a low rate, starting as low as 5.5% for the first 5 years. And with low closing costs, you can save even more. Ready to get started? Visit CMEFCU.org today to begin your journey to home ownership. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA. Equal housing lender.
Don't settle for ordinary this summer when adventure awaits. Make memories that will last forever only at your Columbus Zoo and Aquarium, Central Ohio's family destination for fun. Plan your perfect summer trip at columbuszoo.org.
Sometimes a girl in my class doesn't bring anything to eat for lunch.
The truth is, in America, 1 in 5 kids worry about their next meal.
I want everybody to have yummy food.
So do we. That's why Kroger donates surplus fresh food from our shelves to your local food bank. We've provided over 3.5 billion meals through our Zero Hunger, Zero Waste plan. Visit Kroger.com to see how you can help fight hunger and waste in our community.
Because nobody should have an empty tummy.
We at The Fan have created a show where you can be a homer, a hater, or whatever you want to be. Your family may not listen to you, but we will. Sundays at 11, it's The Fan Call-In Show presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus. You're welcome.
Empower. Tim collects bobbleheads. A lot of bobbleheads. Baseball bobbleheads. Race car bobbleheads. Little Chihuahua bobbleheads. He's got an entire room strictly for bobbleheads. Does he need them? No. Is his wife mad about it? A little. But Tim works with Empower, and he got good at money, so he can be a little bad. Ooh, horse bobblehead. Classy, Tim. Empower. Invest well, live a little. Start today at empower.com.
Tuning into your favorite team's game or actually going to the stadium is better when you feel at your best. If something's not quite right, reduce tension and pain and increase flexibility with expert assisted stretching at Stretch Lab. Each session is customized to your body's needs with your unique goals in mind. Visit your local Stretch Lab today or go to stretchlab.com to get up to 50% off your first 50-minute stretch. Plus, get an additional $10 off with code FAN10. That's code FAN10 at stretchlab.com.
All your favorite fan shows are available when you want them.
Head to 971thefan.com and hit that subscribe button.
The Fan, Ohio sports destination. Traditions are big in the golf world, and we have a few of our own. T-Bone is fat, Tyvis is loud, and Jen Winters is rolling down a hill. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Oh, yeah. It's a bad feeling if you start rolling down a hill. Fortunately, this year, for Jen Winters and anybody else that could possibly do that, we have some protection. They put railing up behind our booth so that hopefully this year that won't happen. By the way, sports fans, if you're ready to turn your passion into serious action, our guys at Prime Sportsbook Ohio, they have a great deal for you. It's called the Welcome Deposit Match Offer. If you've never used their service, you go on, you download the Prime Sportsbook app, or you head to primesportsbook.com. You make your initial deposit up to $400, and whatever you put in up to $400 will be matched in bonus bets up to that 400 number. Now, that's great because at Prime Sportsbook Ohio, they don't just make those bonus bets expire after a few days or a month. They are good for an entire year. So put the money in now, place a wager if you want to. The bonus bets will be there in case you want to wait till football season. You can do that. You can even wait till, next time college basketball rolls around. You got a long time to use those bonus bets. That's what Prime Sportsbook Ohio does. It separates them from the others. Plus, they just give you a better odds. The reduced juice is there for you. It makes it a lot better to bet with Prime Sportsbook Ohio. You can check them out today. Just download the Prime Sports Ohio app. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Play responsibly. Tyvis just had a gentleman drive by. One of the guys who's working here, Muirfield, looked right at you and said 7 a.m.
He's out of his mind.
7 a.m.
He's out of his mind.
He'd have, if he wasn't working, and he was at this event, he would have already had a drink. And then I'm just telling you, that's the nature for some people at a golf event.
You've never thought, like, somebody started drinking and they tried to hand you a drink and you never thought to yourself, it's too early?
I have thought that. It depends on the situation. If I was at the station and Fish walked in and was like, have a beer at 7 a.m., I would say, is HR watching? Like, what's happening? This feels like a test.
What if you were on vacation and you were down in Florida?
Oh, then no problem. Am I driving it? Am I driving anywhere?
No, you Ubering.
No, I'm Ubering and I'm just chilling out. Are there
7 in the morning?
Are like my parents or another family there who are also kind of keeping an eye on the kids, so they're not drinking?
Yes.
Then okay.
You're covered in all aspects of life.
I went to one time in my life many years ago when we first got married. My wife and I splurged for an all inclusive.
Yeah, all inclusive. Yep.
Where all the food, the drinks, everything is included. You swim up to the bar in the pool and they just do, what do you want to drink, and they make it for you. That was, we were up at 8 o'clock in the morning going and getting breakfast, and they walk over with flutes of champagne. we'd have a little sip of champagne.
Like mimosas I don't.
That's drinking.
Well, I guess.
It is.
I guess.
It's got alcohol in it.
Yes. But, for some odd reason, when I hear, a beer at 7, it just.
Well, not everybody.
If somebody say a Bloody Mary or a mimosa, all right, I understand that those are considered breakfast drinks. But if you're talking about a Guinness,
sure,
or something like that, or Coors Light,
right,
at 7 in the morning, I'm gonna look at you like, really?
Tyvis, you were a pro athlete, right? There's fitness classes right now that go at 5 a.m. and they're doing a 30-minute dance routine where they step up on a little platform, step down.
Yeah.
And that's fitness.
Yeah.
And then there's what Tyvis Powell did at 5 a.m. The lifting, the exercise that you did with Mickey Marotti at Ohio State.
Yes.
What I'm saying is, I'm a pro when it comes to drinking in the morning, okay? I'm just saying some of us are built for this, some of us aren't, and it's okay. But for me, if you hand me a Guinness right now, I'm looking at you and going, this is a man who has fine taste. Thank you very much. And I'm enjoying that. And it's going to take me, I'm going to give it a 20-minute, sip. I'm not going to just chug it.
Okay.
But I'm going to get through it. And then if they said we have another one, I'd say, well, again, now, I have to not be driving, of course.
Okay.
But as long as there's no driving involved and I'm just hanging out all day.
You would gladly take another.
Oh, yeah. No problem.
It's impressive.
I'm impressed by you when you go out there and
you build the gut.
Or whatever.
You got to build the gut up,
You do a burpee at 7 a.m. I could never do that. I'm burping at 7 a.m. That's the difference between you and me, and that's totally fine. We have got one of the worst feelings in the world, to me, when you have to go to the bathroom and you have nowhere to go, right? You're stuck. You can't, you just can't get, you're in the middle of something, whatever.
Yep.
Connor Daly, IndyCar driver, at the Indy 500, had a great car, had a good starting position. He actually had a really good ride and did a great job in this race. He did it in one of the worst ways I think a human can. They had a delay to start the race. They had to get him in their cars, and they sat there for an hour. And he realized as he's sitting there, I really have to go pee.
Yeah.
I have to do a number one. Well, you're in the race car. You can't get out. They can't let you get out, even though they're under – because at any moment they could say, hey, all right, fire up the engines, let's go. So he's sitting there, and race car drivers have talked about this over the years. Sometimes during the course of a race, you have to go to the bathroom. There's nowhere to go. You can't pull into the pits, hop out. You'll lose. You'll lose time. You'll lose laps. So he did what any other race car driver would do. He said while he was sitting still, they weren't even moving yet. He had to go, and he
just let it
relieved
go.
himself in the car.
I'm telling you, listen, that is the worst feeling in the world.
Terrible,
when
right?
you get to that point where you ain't got no choice but to just let it go, like that. It's a guilt you feel, and it's just a shame that you feel. And I don't know. To be honest with you, I would have just pulled up. I'm not
for these guys. It's a once in a lifetime. I'm not a once in a lifetime, but it's if you win that race, it's the crowning achievement of your.
Then you go get out the car. It's all smelling like urine.
Well, you got time for it to. There's sweat. There's all kinds of gross. You get out. That's why they give them milk to dump on themselves. It just distracts you from all the other smells that are probably going on.
You go
anyway.
get out just all
You
shame.
think the deodorant is wearing off after a few hours out there? Yeah, it's probably.
You ever heard of
200
a
miles an
walk
hour.
of shame?
Oh, it's a walk of shame.
You get out the car in the wind of shame.
Let me tell you, I saw pictures and some live footage when I was out there of people who had also done the same Connor Daly thing that were not driving a race car. They just didn't get to a bathroom in time. So yeah, it's a wild scene out there. But he now the rule in racing is that if you do that, you have to clean it up. Like when they bring the car back the next day or a couple days after, you go in and you have to. That's your duty. That's not. You don't make the mechanics or whoever do that. That's all him. So. He told this at the IndyCar banquet that they did after the Indy 500.
Did he win the race?
No. Did he finish top 10, Chris? I think he was in the top 10. Or he was up in the top 10 all day. Top 5.
So
He had
it
a great car.
wasn't worth it then.
No, but I mean, if he'd have pulled over and went and did that, it would have been. He would have been like 30th. So this is a great finish.
If you didn't come in first, you came in last.
That's right, Ricky Bobby, Tyvis, Ricky Bobby Powell. That's what we call him around here. One Big Ten coach looks like a huge dope after making a viral video. I'll explain next. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. If you were stepping out the door and starting your commute over on the west side, things are looking pretty good there. 70 westbound and eastbound up to par with your drive times. Even US 40 westbound looking great for you just outside of West Jefferson. Over to our folks in the Dublin-Hilliard area, you have a big tournament happening today. 270 northbound and southbound looking pretty good there. All in the green. No major incidents or accidents to report as of now. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV Supercenter in Heath, Delaware, and Pataskala, or at rcdrv.com.
Are you ready for the ultimate entertainment experience? It's all here, only with Spectrum TV Select. Popular apps are included: Disney Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices, no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio.
Right now, save up to $514 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
1-877 Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Donate today at carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K. Your car can be picked up as soon as the next day. Receive a tax deduction and vacation voucher.
1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today.
Now accepting donations of land, homes, buildings, or any kind of real estate.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Everybody today in America is trying to get healthy. I'm doing it, you're doing it. There's people out there everywhere. And most people, they don't feel good. And so when you don't feel good, what do? You go to the doctor, there's pills, there's steroids, there's surgery. You don't want to deal with any of that. You don't want to be put on the shelf. You don't want to put things in your body that you do not enjoy. So here's what you need to do. Go see my friends at QC Kinetics, just like I did. My body was beaten up, so was my dad's. We went to QC Kinetics. They're not into the quick fixes. They're going to go there and they're going to diagnose you and find regenerative treatments with your own body's healing power to help heal that damaged tissue. And so you're going to feel better. You're going to be able to do the things you'll love again, and that's perfect because it's summertime. So listen, they're going to go right to the source of it at the cellular level. So give them a call at 380-208-4544 or go check them out at qckinetics.com/Columbus. They have offices all over Ohio. So go check them out today.
This is This Date in Reds Baseball with team historian Greg Rhodes.
Eric Davis celebrates his birthday this May 29th. Davis was one of the few players to have such great talent and promise he was labeled the next Willie Mays. He could do it all. And in the month of May in 1987, he did just that. One of the most incredible months in baseball history. Davis started the month by hitting 2 grand slams in one series against Philadelphia. And twice he robbed hitters of home runs with spectacular over-the-fence catches. And the day after his birthday, he hit his 3rd grand slam of the month, tying a major league record. He never made it to Cooperstown, but Eric Davis is in the Reds Hall of Fame. Happy birthday, Eric, this May 29th, this date in Reds Baseball.
This Date in Reds Baseball is brought to you by the Cincinnati Reds Hall of Fame and Museum, presented by Dinsmore. Celebrating greatness, preserving history, providing inspiration.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. A lot of dealerships not stocking much inventory right now because of reasons. But at Jermaine Lexus, they have new inventory arriving every day. Get what you want when you want it. Lease the all-new NX350 for as low as $389 per month. How about rates as low as 3.99% up to 48 months and 4.49% up to 60 months on their most popular models? Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. Check them out online, jermainelexus.com.
Evan Cohen here. When you're on a business trip, you know what goes completely off the rails? Your workout routine, especially when you book a hotel that doesn't have a gym. Then you have to squeeze in between the desk and your bed, eke out 2 push-ups, and call it a day. If you just stay at La Quinta by Wyndham, you'll discover their fully equipped fitness center at every location. Now you can wake up and do some weightlifting to prepare you to carry your team on your back all day. Tonight, La Quinta. Tomorrow, you shine. Book direct at lq.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Buddy Wells. The first round of the 50th edition of the Memorial Tournament just got underway over at Muirfield Village Golf Club. Last year's winner and the betting favorite, Scotty Scheffler. He'll begin his first round this afternoon at 1:30. Baseball from Wednesday. The Guardians rallied past the Dodgers as they beat LA 7-4 yesterday afternoon at Progressive Field. Meanwhile, in Kansas City, the Reds fell to the Royals 3-2 in the finale of that 3-game set. Both teams will be off today on this Thursday. Stanley Cup playoffs. The Panthers rallied out of an early 2-0 deficit as they beat Carolina 5-3 in Game 5 of the East Finals. And the defending champs are heading to the Stanley Cup final for a 3rd consecutive season. NBA playoffs in a game that still was not as close as the final score would indicate. The Thunder routed the Timberwolves 124-94 as OKC takes the West Finals in 5 games. And the Thunder advanced to the NBA Finals for the first time since 2012. Breaking sports news when it happens right here on The Fan, Ohio's sports destination.
You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Just about 8 minutes away from Ricky Fowler hopping on the course. He tees off at 8:10 this morning here at Muirfield, the Memorial Tournament. We're looking forward to a great weekend out here. Going to have to, dodge a few little showers here and there, but otherwise should be a good weekend. Nice temperatures. Everybody walking around looking very comfortable out here.
Yeah, a lot of shorts.
In the 60s right now, or actually probably even in the high 50s right now, but we're heading towards 60.
58.
Should be a nice day to get out to the course. We hope to see you here if you are heading out this weekend. Please stop by and see us. The Fan tent is here right by the Champions Pavilion, right by the driving range. As you come in, if you take the shuttle, you're parking the A-lot. That entrance, when you spill out to where most of the actual course is, that's right where we are. We're right there. You can't miss us. A lot of notable golfers. Xander Schauffele and Jordan Spieth teeing off at 10:05. Victor Hovland and Ludwig Oberg at 10:15. If I were going to go walk the course today, if I was going to follow a group, it'd probably be I'd stick around those two pairings. Because
Xander Schauffele, Jordan Spieth, Victor Hovland.
Those are all names I know, but specifically Victor Hovland, my guy. You know why?
Why?
Loves the metal. Loves it. He's a big metal guy. He's from, I think Norway or Sweden. He's one of the Scandinavian countries.
So
he's a headbanger.
So he would go to the concerts and crowd surf.
Oh, I don't know if he would crowd surf or if he would just be on the rail, just banging his head to just shredding riffs. But yeah, he's my guy. I saw a video of him, of him talking about the bands he likes, and then they played some of them. They put headphones on, like Rory and some of the other star golfers, and they all just took the headphones off and were like, "What the f did you play me here?" That's my guy.
So he's
Victor
definitely gone moshing before.
Oh, I would have to. I would bet. Yeah, very good money.
Him and I should link up.
Oh, that's the guy. If they said you could talk to any golfer out here, Scotty Scheffler. I'll let someone else do that who knows golf better than I do. I would want to have Victor Hovland on and just talk metal with him.
It'd probably be refreshing for him.
Oh yeah, I'm sure he gets a lot of golf questions. I just want to talk music. Let's talk. Let's see if you've seen Lamb of God in concert. You know. Maybe go out and see Bleed From Within. Scottish metal band. Yeah. They got the double bass and all that. It's great. So this Dan Lanning video that went viral a couple weeks ago, we laughed at it at the time. This was a recruit named Richard Wesley, who is the 5-star defensive end.
Yep.
Great pass rusher. You need those in college football if you're going to win. We know that. This is a video where he jumped in a pool.
Yep. After
with
committed.
Richard Wesley. Richard Wesley appeared to be in underwear, which was also just kind of weird, but whatever. Maybe he didn't bring his swim trunks for the video shoot. So they did this that was on a pool with some models sitting around it, whatever. It was a very awkward video. Dan Lanning's looked way too gooberish for this video. It was all awkward. Well, now it comes out that he has opened up his commitment again, has Richard Wesley. He's upcoming visits with the Longhorns and the Buckeyes. So I think they said he's going to be... I can't remember if he's the one. There's one recruit who I know is coming in. Well, there'll be a ton of them. I thought he was one that is coming in for the Texas game. He'll be on campus for that. So,
are they going to get Ryan Day to jump in the pool? That's the question.
You know what? Ryan Day doesn't need to jump in the pool. He's like, hey, you hear this? This is a championship ring. We gave out 3 of them this year because we won a huge championship and had a great run. Come on over here and be a Buckeye.
It's very important for us to hit on them edges because it's, it was a couple of years where we went, consecutive years of not being able to get the top edge rushers. And obviously, you need those to win those games, especially when you see the guys that just left. I think both of those guys was 5 stars, and I think JT probably was a top DN in the country when he came out.
Oh,
so
Tuimoloau?
Yes.
Oh,
so
when he came here, remember they were staking out the airport. Guys were there, videoing him coming in for the when he officially arrived for his visit.
It was
always
deal.
a huge deal. Yeah.
And I know we got Edric Houston, but I think he's sliding more to defensive tackle. But I don't think we've really gotten those 5-star edges. I know they wanted Dylan Stewart. They missed out on him. He went to I think South Carolina. It's just been some key recruits that they missed on. So it'll be nice for them to get back in that ballpark to getting those top edges that's coming out of high school, that could come in and contribute right away.
Speaking of guys, coming in, big time guys, transfers are a thing we know. Transfer portal, you always have to be recruiting no matter what. Even when you get a guy committed, he's playing for you, you got to make sure he doesn't leave in the transfer portal at the end of the year. There was this article that came out that I think people are going to misunderstand or misconstrue. It's an article from Chris Hummer of CBS Sports. He went back and studied every recruit rated in their CBS Sports' 24/7 nationally, the top 250 guys basically.
Okay.
So he looked at the top 250 guys from the class of 2018 to 2021. So nearly 1,000 players that he looked at. Mm-hmm. Okay. He then went to see where those players got drafted, charted that, and then charted how many of them transferred. And he found that it was 5-1 more likely that a guy who didn't transfer would be a high draft pick versus if you transferred, your odds went down by 80% that you would be a high draft pick. And I think people are going to look at that and say, see, there you go. You shouldn't transfer because if you transfer, your odds of being a great pick are going to go down because of
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. I think that it's just the situation. It's when you transfer. A lot of these guys are transferring for like their last seasons and things like that. I feel like if you're not playing or haven't seen the field by your sophomore year, you've done everything, then yeah, you probably should look into transfer, because now you get 3 years or 2 years to go play somewhere else. You can make an impact there. But a lot of these guys kind of wait too late, or some people do it too early. And I think that and usually when they leave a big school, they go to a lesser school.
Yeah.
It makes it harder. It makes it harder to make it to be a top pick in the draft if you're in a lesser school.
Well, the other thing, I think that this analysis, now this guy just posted his numbers and said, here's what I found.
Mm-hmm.
I think I can see people already extrapolating this. If you go look on the internet and say, oh, there you go, if you transfer, that ruins that ruins your chances of being as good. If you stay somewhere, you're going to get coached up better. That's not necessarily untrue.
Mm-hmm.
But also, who's transferring? 9 times out of 10,
usually somebody that ain't playing.
Exactly. So go figure.
Unless
the guys,
it's Nico.
The guy, right? Or like Travis Hunter transferred, but that was a unique situation because of Dion moving schools, and he wanted to go with Dion.
Mm-hmm.
So there's always going to be outliers. But what I'm saying is, 9 times out of 10, the guys who are transferring are because they want a better situation. It's not always because of money. It's because they're looking for a chance to play. And if I'm going to play, yes, I would like to get a little bit better compensation. But I guarantee you, if the school they're playing at said, not only are you going to play more, you're like a key starter for us. Oh, the other school's offering you more money, but you might be on the bench there. I bet you 9 times out of 10, most guys are sticking around because they would rather have the opportunity to go to the NFL, and you're going to do that if you're a starter at a high-level school.
Yeah.
Like, I think the guys who didn't transfer 9 times out of 10, it's because they had great opportunities. The NIL was right. That means they were high recruits from the beginning. I would love to see the numbers on how many of the guys who didn't transfer, what percentage of them were like top 200 recruits that also were top 10 players at their position in college. Like, I think if you looked at those numbers, you'd find, yeah, there's a reason why most of the transfer guys didn't finish as highly in the draft boards, because they weren't as good. That's why they transferred. That's why they needed to go to a couple schools, maybe to find the right system, maybe to find the right mix. And then some of them may still have popped up from that. But I just think this is one of those studies where if you just look at it on the surface, you could say, oh, there you go. Well, you transfer, it's going to screw you. And it's like, not necessarily.
There's many
the guys who don't transfer a lot of times are already playing and are great.
Yeah, there's many variables to it, and every kid's situation is totally different. And at the end of the day, like I said, you gotta, if you want to make it to the league, you got to get on the field and play. And I don't fault kids for, trying to get some tape, because that's the only way you're gonna make it. And if you could dominate at a lesser school than the big blue blood schools, and you're still getting tape out there, and somebody wants to take a risk on you. I mean, it's not like it's unlikely. We seen what's that guy Mitchell, Quinyon Mitchell. He went from Toledo last year. Was, I think, probably the top corner drafted last year in the draft. So, it's really about just getting the tape.
Well, yeah, and I mean, Quinshon, obviously, like you said, I mean, he transferred and he was one of the top running backs taken. Like, there's exceptions to every rule, but I think you also have to look at who's transferring to begin with. 9 times out of 10, it's the better players staying put because they know they're getting an opportunity.
Didn't Cam Ward transfer twice?
Yeah, you're right, because he went to some like immaculate something or other, and then he
went to Washington State. Then he went to Miami.
That's right. Topanga's top third said, with you three and Common Man Timmy and Ted, none of us picked brats. Apparently,
I'm not a brats guy.
Not a brats guy.
Not a brats guy.
That's, you know what? That's just an oversight on my part. I prefer a hot dog, but I love a brat.
See, I prefer hot dogs and only hot dogs.
And no bun, right?
Yeah.
And you know what? Also throw it on the ground and step on it first, so it'll really taste awful.
If I do eat a brat, I would use mustard.
No, that's good. That's what it should be. Mustard on a brat is excellent. By the way, Meat Sweat says he's too old for a 4-day fest. Can't walk around the metal fest. 2 days is the max for him. I feel you. You know what? You come out here, it's 4 days here. That's kind of like we had Sonic Temple's 4 days, Memorial Tournament 4 days. About the only similarity between those two things. But other than that, yeah, it's pretty spot on. So that's good. All right, coming up next, we have more to get to here. Obviously, golfers out on the course now. If you're heading out to the Memorial, plenty of time for you to get by, say hi to us, and then go out and see your groups that you're watching. One Bengals star thinks he knows how to prevent a slow start. I'll tell you who said that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. If you're stepping out the door in Grove City, your commute isn't looking too bad for your Thursday. 270 eastbound clocking you at 66 miles per hour. 71 southbound looking great with your drive times, but 71 northbound is where we're seeing a bit of slowdown, specifically at Green Lawn Avenue. Again, a little bumper to bumper back there because of some wet roads and also some foggy conditions. So if you are heading in that area, just pack a little bit of patience. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
When sudden illness or injury strike, Ohio State offers 3 types of urgent care to meet any of your needs. From traditional urgent care to our specialized orthopedic urgent care for activity-related injuries and advanced urgent care for more serious injury and illness. Ohio State's experts treat everything from broken bones to ear infections and colds and flu. When your illness or injury can't wait, the choice is clear.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone, and I'm going to let you know that right now, Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings is offering their best discount of the year on all their awesome sheds, pavilions, cabins, and garages from Weaver Barnes. These specials are only good through May, which makes right now the best time to order. Check out Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings' beautiful sales lot in Dublin, where you can see their displays and learn about all the options. There's never been a better time to get that project in motion and save some cash in the process. See all the details at AmishCountryFurnishings.com. Once again, that's AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
I think I just wrote the song of the summer. Listen.
That's just you drinking a big gulp from Speedway.
And just 89 cents for any size with Speedy Rewards? That's a hit. The convenience stores of Speedway. Valid through 6/24/25. See app for full terms.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get your mulch ready for the season. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Whether it's mulch, soil, or even stone, we've got your yard covered. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your garden with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, greener, greener, better.
Huntington is banking that just clicks. Like early pay. Moving up payday so you could get your money faster. Up to 2 days faster. And there's no cost. It's your money, right? So stop playing the waiting game. It's just one more way we're looking out for people every day. Is your bank looking out for you? Maybe it's time to switch. Visit your neighborhood Huntington branch or make the switch at huntington.com/yourmoney. Direct deposit and eligibility requirements apply.
If you miss a little, you'll miss a lot. Search for your favorite fan shows wherever you get your podcasts and subscribe. Every episode comes right to your phone absolutely free. Modern technology, it's a hell of a thing. Do it now. The Fan.
Do you want a job that is flexible, secure, and fun? It also offers excellent pay and is ranked as one of the best jobs in America, too. I'm talking about being a dental hygienist. And all you have to do is complete a 2-year program after high school. Visit ODA.org to learn more and to start helping people love their smile. This message is brought to you by the members of the Ohio Dental Association.
This is Pause Before You Play, and it's time for more game day picks from local sports fans. You're on the air. Who you got?
Actually, I'm not betting, just chilling and watching the game.
I know that move, a pause. Sounds like you've got a winning strategy.
Exactly. After I set limits and recognized the risk, I knew it was time to stop.
Now that is responsible betting, folks. Sports are fast. Betting shouldn't be. Make a plan at pausebeforeyouplay.org. That's pausebeforeyouplay.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
I'm meteorologist Aaron White with your 10 weather impact forecast here for today. We are expecting a mix of clouds and sunshine. More sunshine here by the afternoon with highs back into the mid-70s. And then for tonight, mostly cloudy skies, lows into the upper 50s, and those clouds will be ahead of our next system that brings rain back into the area here for Friday. Rainfall could be heavy at times as we look ahead to the morning hours, and then the rain clears out for the weekend. Looking ahead to drier conditions, more sunshine with highs into the 70s. And that's a look at your 10 weather impact forecast here on 97.1 The Fan.
T-Bone and Tyvis is sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
Good morning, friends. You're listening to a special edition of T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain Heating and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
We're out here live at Muirfield, the Memorial Tournament. If you're walking in, you may not be listening to us, but if you're driving in, make sure you come and say hi. Bishop and Friends will be here top of the hour, and then all of our shows, Rothman and Ice, starting at noon. I know Rothman and Ice always do their best to get a couple of golfers on, so hang around, see who they get. Just say hi to them. They'd love it if you said hi. And also then you've got Timmy and Brandon Beam from 3 to 6. They will be out here, of course, two guys who love golf. So all the golf talk you want all day long here on The Fan. We'll have a blast out here as well. We've been having a good time this morning.
Oh, yeah.
I was letting Tyvis hear my guy, Victor Hovland, one of the only golfers I'm really very aware of. I'm not a huge golf guy, but I do like Victor Hovland, one, because he's a great golfer, but two, because he loves metal. And so that's something I love. And I was playing for you one of his favorite songs, and you were surprised a little bit.
Yeah. It's yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, it was, well, you were like, oh, this is kind of like normal, right? And then I showed you the lyrics.
And that's what I was like, yeah, y'all do. No, this is a little dark.
It's death metal.
Dark for me.
The Scandinavians love some death metal. That's a thing. It's a big thing up there. They love it. It's good. I saw that Jamar Chase had some comments because, he was trying to figure out, as they all are, the Bengals trying to avoid their slow starts that they've had the last few years, whether that's been due to a Joe Burrow appendectomy or because of a contract dispute with a star wide receiver. The fact of the matter is there's been guys who haven't been on the field enough during preseason, and that's what a lot of fans are asking about. So the media asked him about that, and he basically said, well, I think you kind of answered your own question. Sounds like we all need to play more in the preseason if you want us to have a better start. Maybe that's the answer. He went on to say, though, he personally doesn't prefer to do that.
Of course, who does?
Sure. Well, again, I mean, I didn't play, you did, but I get from you and all the conversations we've had that that's a prevailing sentiment among not just a few guys in the locker room. That's most of the veterans who say, I know what I have to do. I don't want to do this, but I have to. Or a lot of guys feel like it helps them if they want to try to get a better shot, especially if you're not a starter. That's obviously an opportunity for you, but
to me, it's so many different ways. You see so many different NFL teams trying to figure out, what the exact measure, how many plays these players need to play, or if they need to play at all in the preseason to be ready for week one. And it's been a thing that they've been trying to teeter with for like the past 4 or 5 years. Ever since it went down to 3 games. When it was 4 games, this is how it went when I was playing, back when I was banging. For game 1, the starters play a series. Game 2, the starters play a quarter. Game 3, starters play a half. Game 4, starters don't play at all. That was how they did it back when it was still 4 games.
Sure.
And now that it's down to 3, you still got the undrafted and the young guys that you're trying to see, so they have to play a lot. But I think for the starters, I've never been a fan of them just sitting out of the preseason. Unless you're a running back, like you or Myles Garrett or somebody like that, you don't need to play in the preseason. But the rest of them, like quarterback, receiver, offensive line.
Timing.
Those guys, yes, for timing. It's been so many times that we've seen at the start of the NFL season why offenses start off slow. There's not a ton of scoring and all of those things. And it's because guys have not played in the preseason, and it takes a while for them to build that chemistry. So I'm a fan of guys playing in the preseason. Maybe not the 3rd game, or at least one of the games should be dedicated to seeing the young guys, because you need to evaluate them and see if they could make the 53-man roster, or if you need to cut them and bring them back for practice squad.
Yeah. No, I totally – I mean, I agree that it's valuable. I also do think for the Bengals it is worth trying to explore things that make you uncomfortable in the preseason. Nobody wants to see, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow get hurt. but also you don't want to go out the last few years like they have, where suddenly the rest of the year they're trying to get back after they've had a bad September, and then it becomes a thing where, if we just had done our business in September a little bit better, if we were just, a little above 500 in the first 5-6 games, we wouldn't be staring now at a struggle to make the playoffs. I know.
Cincinnati they drop their first 2 games every year, and then now they trying to play catch up and all of those things, and then they lose a couple of games that they shouldn't, and now they fighting to get back into the playoffs. So,
also, I will add, I think defensively, if you are on the defense where your team was routinely scoring 35 points and you kept losing by 38 to 35 score lines, maybe it's time to play in the preseason too. Maybe this is the year where everyone just
like every last one to do it.
We don't want to do it, but we have
to. Trey Hendrickson probably is the only Bengal defender that probably doesn't need to play in the preseason.
That's just hanging out there, right?
But you have to remember that. Why is Bo looking at me like that?
Bo Bishop is here.
Bo is mad because he thinks everybody should play in the preseason. Trey Hendrickson does not need to play in the preseason because what does he have to prove? He's done what he needed to do. I think the rest of them, though, need to because of the fact that they got Al Golden. They have a new defensive coordinator that's coming with a new defensive scheme. You need to get reps of that against another team. Yeah. But a lot of the times, a lot of the stuff comes from joint practices. The joint practices is probably the most valuable thing during the preseason.
I'm glad Bo can join us because I know he was out there clicking off all the reps to make sure he had the stat lines for Shedeur Sanders and Dylan Gabriel, all the OTA stat lines I saw posted yesterday.
Oh, yeah.
That was Bo's job. He was just up there at Berea just getting the stats for all those guys because it was...
Bo be able to tell you everything about what happened yesterday with the Browns.
What is happening? I mean, I'm a Browns fan. What is happening in Cleveland where we're not getting... I've seen preseason practice rep counters. Mm-hmm. OTA stats are now a thing that they're posting up in Cleveland. The team isn't.
No,
one of the radio stations up there is doing it, and it went viral. But I don't think it's viral because everyone's like, "Yes, thank God." Like Shedeur Sanders went 7 for 9 with 3 touchdowns.
Ridiculous.
No context given. Were these? did he start every drive at the 20-yard line? Had to go 80 yards. Was this a situation where he's rolling through that way, or is this all like inside the 10 and they're just running plays for him? Well, speaking of, we're out here at Muirfield.
Look at this.
We have got a little spread showing
Hospitality. Thank you.
Steven, the executive chef, dropping off some. What do we have here? What are these?
This is my sous chef, Nate Van Dyne. He'll let you know what we got.
Okay.
Got chorizo and eggs with cheddar.
Okay.
Oh, burritos.
Look at that.
Beautiful. Thank you guys very much for bringing this by.
We appreciate
that. Oh, yeah.
You guys here all week, or?
Yeah, we're here all week long. We'll be here tomorrow as well, and then the fan will be out here. Thank you guys for dropping off food. This is great to see you guys. Thanks for coming by, of course. And yeah, we've this is a nice spread.
Look at that. I love that. Yes.
Now these are for me. Which one did Tyvis the yogurt and I got the chorizo? That's good. Perfect. My guy knows what's up. That's yeah, bring Tyvis the hard-boiled eggs. That's awesome. Well, thank you guys again very much for doing this. And obviously the food out here at Muirfield, one of the reasons why the Memorial is always great. So we look forward to trying all the food out here as well.
Yes, we appreciate that. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for coming by. That's great.
Look at that.
Well, all right, Bodie, we're going to break early because, no.
But no,
burritos are with us.
We were talking about the Browns and the counter thing who's doing the rep thing. The only reason this is a story is because the Browns have made it. This is the first time in I don't know how long that it's actually a quarterback competition with the Browns. And all 4 starters, there's a case where you could make for all 4 guys being the starter. So I think this is a way that people who can't watch practice get to see, okay, this is what he did today.
I know
that's
exactly.
What that's about.
Well, the answer is, and this is what I think needs to be said more about Browns fans, and I love you, and I am a Browns fan. If there was a fan base in the NFL that was an SEC fan base as far as intensity, insanity, over the top, every play of OTAs being scrutinized.
You think we the worst?
Yes. Browns fans are the absolute. I mean that in a loving way.
I feel like Dallas Cowboys are like that. You don't think Bodie's like that?
Bodie, yeah, but also Dallas Cowboy fans, a lot of them, well, I guess Browns fans too, they hate their team, which is fair.
Hey, I'm about to say Bodie can't stand it.
Neither can Panama Ted. Every Cowboys fan I know, in fact, kind of hates them right now. But I'm just saying, yeah, I guess outside of maybe the Dallas Cowboys, it's them and then Browns fans 1 and 1A as far as interest in things that are ultimately a little bit meaningless at this stage in it. I feel like the Browns, though, what's weird is that at least the Cowboys have that pedigree or have had it at some point in their history, like in Alabama or a Georgia. Browns fans, we have the intensity of Bama, Georgia fans, but with the record of Mississippi State. And I feel like that's where this is a little different for us. So it does put us on a different plane, I think. I guess if we want to look at that, I mean, I don't personally. I did check it out and said, great. I don't know what any of this means. Like Dylan Gabriel threw a pick. Was he going against the ones? Was he going against guys who aren't going to even make the league?
That they should have
None of that context is there. So
is this 7-on-7? Is this 11-on-11 period?
Yeah, there's no context. So that's why I say I don't put much stock in it. 2 minutes away, we've got an update for you on Liv Golf. Tough times for the Liv Golf fans. You hate to see it. We'll tell you about that next. T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Happy Thursday. Still noticing a few slowdowns over in the Etna-Pataskala area. Your commutes, that is because of some foggy conditions out there. But thankfully, 40 and 70 east and westbound are looking pretty good right now. As for your drive time southbound, if you're taking 71 south, Frank Road to 270 will only take you 2 minutes. 270 south, Broad Street to 70, got you at 7. I'm 10 TV's Brain Albizu with your fan traffic.
This just in, the NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
Progressive knows when you're on your boat, you're already on vacation. And Vacation You forgets all your worries. Vacation You doesn't even keep track of time and knows that time is a meaningless construct designed to control us, man. But Regular You knows you don't want to be too far out in the water after the sun goes down because Vacation You doesn't know how to navigate in the dark yet. Vacation You and Regular You really need to get on the same page. So bundle your boat with your home or auto policy and earn an automatic discount from Progressive. And spend the savings on the both of you. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and other insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Joining us on this episode are real Spectrum customers, Monique and Greg. We hear your family is a big fan of Spectrum.
Family of 4, we have about 18 devices last time I counted.
2 teams require a lot of speed. Everything they do is online.
There's gaming, there's streaming. Spectrum is perfect for us. I mean, it just seamlessly connects all our devices with lightning speed.
Sounds like Spectrum is really committed to keeping you connected.
It's amazing.
97.1 The Fan Memorial Leaderboard Update.
Good morning. I'm Ryan Baker. Play underway out at Muirfield for round 1 of the 50th Memorial Tournament. Tony Finau and Akshay Bhatia teeing off right now. Just about 10 guys on the course. Harris English, Brian Campbell, and J.J. Spahn, your leaders, all at even par. A bunch of guys coming up here with tee times today. At 10:05, Jordan Spieth and Xander Schauffele. 10:15, Victor Hovland and Ludwig Oberg. At 10:30, Hideki Matsuyama and Colin Morikawa are off. World number 1 Scotty Scheffler tees off at 1:30 this afternoon. He's paired with Sepp Straka. Of course, the Fan live out at Muirfield all day tomorrow, today, and all weekend long. This one's sponsored by BMI Federal Credit Union. Enjoy rates lower than the national average, plus a special rate on balance transfers with a Visa Platinum or Visa with Rewards credit card.
T-Bone and Tyvis is presented by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Sign up today at awaken180weightloss.com.
Tyvis is convinced he can hit a 300-yard drive. It's a giant swing. His actual number? Look at that ball go. 3. Wow. 3 yards. You're listening to T-Bone and Tyvis live from the Memorial.
Presented by the Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
His real drive is actually into the water, the club, not the ball.
I want a rematch. I want a redo on that.
Well, there's driving ranges everywhere. Not here. This one, they're not going to let any of us out on this driving range.
I think it's time for me to right that wrong. I feel like I'm like a Happy Gilmore. I think I hit a hole in one on a par 4.
Okay. Well, you have to hit the ball first. Not throw your club into the water on accident.
I'm above that now.
Okay, good.
I just got to put it on camera.
Have you put any work in to get better at this, or is it just magically going to happen? How does that work?
Osmosis. If I sit around it a lot and just be around it, it's just going to automatically make me better.
He's a good golf coach, that Oz. I like him. Osmosis, my guy. Good dude. He's out here right now. He's drinking early, too, from what I hear.
Well,
yeah.
Okay, help him with that.
So the Liv Golf not popular around here. Why would they be? Obviously, their players can't play in this tournament. They are doing their own thing. That experiment seems like a complete failure. I don't know if it's a complete failure. We talked about this the other day. Don't know what the whole plan was. Does seem like if the plan was to change golf forever, that hasn't happened. It does seem like if the goal was to get Saudi Arabia, people to feel better about them, I don't know if that's worked either, but it at least made them legitimate, somewhat investors in a pro sports league in America. They've attempted that with other things. I know there's also talk about them doing like money investment type of situations with college sports where they're doing like fractional ownership of the name, image, and likeness, the rights for TV deals. They've talked about getting involved in that. So there's a whole mess of things that eventually we could see this investment in. But Liv Golf itself as an entity, not going well. You measure viewership, that should matter. Now, sadly,
it's like where they make the money at.
Well, sadly, these numbers are up for them. Like, these are not good numbers, though. 175,000 viewers on FS1 is their average for their tournaments they've had so far this year.
175,000
is the average viewership on FS1.
That's terrible.
It is terrible. Believe it or not, it's higher. It was like 50,000 when they were on the CW. It was atrocious. They've actually made it a little bit better. But you compare that to the PGA. The PGA is drawing 3.1 million viewers. So basically 3 million viewers more per weekend.
Yes.
That's not great. That is not a great situation for Liv Golf. Like I said, I don't know what the measurement of success is other than we got some guys to come over here and then now they're all miserable. They won out and nobody watches this thing.
Has any golfer that signed with them re-signed with them?
That's a great question. I don't know the answer on that.
Because I'd probably know.
I'm getting no's from everybody that's working here.
If I was them,
Dan Volpe would know. He's our guy. He knows everything about sports.
I probably would get my check and, all right, I'm going back to the PGA. I just wanted to make this money.
Well, now a lot of their contracts are coming due next year. And so, I mean...
they're not going to re-sign. Unless you're throwing me another
Well, we talked about yesterday. If you missed this story, it's already come out that a lot of their contracts that had previously been 9-figure, $100 million+ signing bonuses, that's going away. They said they're not going to do that this time around. If you're a pro golfer and you've made all that money, and there's no, I don't know what the strings are when you sign a deal like that, but if there's no strings attached, I would think if the PGA would have you, you'd be welcome back. And again, what is the relationship between Liv and the PGA? There's been this weird, we're in, we're out, we're partnering, we're not partnering. The president's going to get involved. He's not involved. We don't know.
They got so much scrutiny from saying that they're going to partner with Liv that's why they never probably did it.
Absolutely.
And I think that this Liv Golf thing it kind of reminds me of like NIL. Like when it first came out, like the numbers was ridiculous. It was like when you see these NIL deals, they got to deal with what, doing what, Lamborghini, And now as the years goes by, people aren't getting the ROI. And they're like, all right, we ain't doing that no more. And I feel like Liv is probably going to be like, we can't give you $400 million or $130 million anymore because we're not getting the ROI on that. So it's going to shrink the numbers down until eventually where it's like, it's no point even doing that. But that's not going to happen with NIL. But they going to shrink the numbers down, but they ain't going to never stop.
Yeah, agreed. We are out here at the Memorial Muirfield Golf course is here. The tournament is going on as it does every year. We're glad to be here. We will be here till 9 today. Tyvis and I will. Then Bishop and Friends take over starting at 9. Rothman and Ice coming up at noon. And then Timmy Hall, Brandon Beam at 3 in the P. So you can make sure if you're here, come by and say hi all day long. And all weekend we will have programs on. It's going to be like just a blast every year. Like we say, this is one of those events, even if you don't like golf, it's just a fun thing to be involved with. And they always do a great job here at Muirfield. Did see that the Guardians avoided the sweep by the Dodgers yesterday afternoon. They got a win out of that one, which was nice. But bigger story, at least for me, is Jose Ramirez now has a 21-game hitting streak.
Yes.
So let him live. He is obviously tremendous. You think you could faster than him to second base from first base?
No, that ain't no think. That's a fact. If he can make it to first, if he can steal from first to second, then I know I can steal from first to second.
Sure.
easily.
That's who would doubt you?
The 21-game hitting streak, I would not be able to.
Oh,
do that.
You don't think you could do that?
You got to draw
that.
Listen, you got to know your limitations, and maybe I do a 2-game at best.
Oh, a 2-game hitting streak.
2-game at best.
Off Major League pitching.
I'm a pinch runner.
I know that is the specialty. That's right. No, so that is good to see. I did also see with the Reds yesterday. Terry Francona got thrown out of the game late. They dropped the third game to the Royals late. I think they lost 3-2, and it was a good pitching duel. But late in that game, there was a strike called, and one of the guys, I think it might have been Nick Martinez, who wasn't even playing. He was just on the bench, just over the rail, said something to the ump. It was a borderline call, but the K zone looked like it was a strike. They didn't like the call. He chirped something to the umpire. Umpire turns and throws him out of the game. He's just done the dugout steps. And then Francona comes out and is like, who are you throwing out of the game? And then he gets tossed because he's yelling, and it's top of the 9th inning. The Reds ended up falling in that one. But
he tried to fire up his guys.
Sure.
Sometimes you got to get tossed to fire up your teammate.
Well, that's the thing. They didn't get much off of. I forget the rookie pitcher that the Royals had going yesterday, but he's had 4 outings and he's kind of shut down a bunch of offenses that were doing pretty good. So Reds offense has been pretty good up until that game yesterday. So that was not great, but overall this Reds offense seems to have turned a corner a little bit. Let's hope if you're a Reds fan, but they won the series. You'd like to see them get a sweep there because they kind of need to make up some ground.
Yeah, the Reds. I mean, obviously they swept the Guardians, and then I think they dropped some games after that. But they, guys are getting healthy again. They're starting to figure their things out. I expect them to be in the hunt for the postseason. I don't know if they're going to make it exactly, but I feel like they should be there teetering.
Major League Baseball's made it that unless you're, this year the Rockies, the Orioles, the White Sox,
they're done.
Almost every other team has some. At this stage, they still have some. Well, if we just put together a month, we're back
they just need one solid month, and they would be officially.
But that's by design with Major League Baseball. Does that mean the Reds are at their core a good baseball team or a playoff caliber baseball team? I think they obviously have pitching. They clearly have some. They have something there. Offense, if it's consistent, is a thing that I would hope could rely on as the season goes on, but we have seen so far it's been wildly inconsistent. Yesterday, I don't know if that was necessarily the issue, although they only managed 2 runs. I think it was more of a situation of you had a great pitching duel. Dallas Green was there too, doing his thing, and it was, or what did I say, Dallas Green? Him too.
Yeah, you mean Hunter Green.
Hunter Green is what I meant. I don't know where I got Dallas from. I was thinking of Dallas Latos, Matt Latos' wife, that used to yell at us when we would criticize Matt Latos. That was always fun.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah. She used to get on to us all the time. I don't know why.
Tweet the show?
No, she would tweet Reds fans. She would tweet at people who were critical, and we were certainly one of those groups that were. We were critical of her husband at times, and she didn't like that. But, let her live. I get that. We were out at the Memorial all day long. Are you going to stick around for this last segment? Because you have to go up to Cleveland after this.
I probably need to jet. I see it's getting a lot of getting busy.
You know what?
Here.
That's a little tap to the bullpen, where it's not the bullpen, it's the starter coming in.
I'm about
Bo
to say,
Bishop.
look, Bo is sitting there and he's ready to go. And Reeser just walked up, so they're both ready to roll.
All right, we may have a little crosstalk with both of those guys and the buzzer. Tyvis, if you're back, great. If not, have a safe trip. And I'll see you tomorrow morning bright and early at 6 a.m. All right. It is T-Bone and Tyvis on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Still noticing some slowdowns throughout the metro as the rain and fog continue to move into the area. Dublin, Grove City, Bryson, Reynoldsburg, all seeing some delays this morning. Taking a closer look at Dublin and Hilliard if you're stepping out the door this morning. 270 northbound and southbound looking pretty good. But of course, we have a big tournament happening over there, so make sure to take your time as you step out on the roads. I'm 10 TV's Brianna Albizu with your fan traffic.
When you're a AAA member, we do the hard stuff for you. So picture this. You're taking a road trip through the mountains at night, and you run out of gas. Do you, A, call AAA, or B, walk 29 miles to the nearest gas station in the pouring rain?
A?
On the plus side, get more with AAA. Go to AAA.com/plus side.
This summer, save more with hot deals on Meyer brand must-haves for $2 or less all season long.
Like Meyer potato chips?
Yep.
Hamburger buns?
Of course.
Ketchup?
Absolutely.
How about Meyer lemonade? That's my favorite.
Yep, that too. Plus pickles, baked beans, cheese slices for sandwiches. It's your favorite Meyer brand must-haves for $2 or less all season long.
That's a good deal better.
Only at Meyer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meyer app.
Common Man here for Jermaine Lexus of Dublin and Easton. A lot of dealerships not stocking much inventory right now because of reasons. But at Jermaine Lexus, they have new inventory arriving every day. Get what you want when you want it. Lease the all-new NX350 for as low as $389 per month. How about rates as low as 3.99% up to 48 months and 4.49% up to 60 months on their most popular models. Jermaine Lexus, 2 locations to serve you, Dublin and Easton. Check them out online, jermainelexus.com.
I'm an old school Joe, and my philosophy is simple and effective. At the end of the day, it's not what you win or lose, it's what you save. And Bet and Reduce Juice at Prime Sports Ohio is the way to save money on every single bet. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone. Guys, listen up. How many of you out there have been diagnosed with sleep apnea? Maybe your partner can't tolerate your snoring every night. You can't stand your CPAP machine. I totally get it. But the good news is there are alternatives to the CPAP machine. And Dr. Mark Levy is here to change your sleep and your life. Trust me, your spouse will thank you later. Dr. Mark Levy can customize an oral appliance that opens your airways, helps you breathe better, and, of course, stops your snoring. That's the main point. It's quick and comfortable and an alternative to those bulky, loud CPAP machines you always hear about. For over 15 years, Dr. Mark Levy has led the way when it comes to treating snoring and sleep apnea, and now he's expanding his practice to better serve his patients with a brand new location in Marysville. I love Marysville. If you're snoring and not sleeping, you need to call Dr. Mark Levy's office today. Do not delay. Schedule your appointment today with Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. That's 1-800-MORE-SLEEP. You can also visit him online at sleepbettercolumbus.com. And now, sleepbettermarysville.com too.
It's almost time for the inaugural 9.71 The Race.
Sponsored by the Ohio State Wexner Medical Center.
Run, walk, have a beer with Common Man. Whatever strikes your fancy. Sign up today at 971therace.com.
Smalls here. It's time to turn things up a notch. This summer, don't binge watch shows. Binge s'mores by the campfire. Press pause on the podcast and press play on the warm weather vibes. Here's your chance to win $10,000 for your ultimate summer. What are you waiting for? Take your shot with 5-Hour Energy and make this summer your best summer ever. Visit 5heshot.com for full details and rules and enter today. No purchase necessary. Ends June 30th, 2025.
Whether you're building a single roof or a successful roofing business, roofing contractors like you need the right tools for the job, and software is no exception. Service Titan is on a mission to be the most powerful software platform for the trades, with purpose-built technology proven to maximize revenue, streamline operations, and deliver 5-star customer experiences. We are taking roofing companies like yours to the next level and beyond. Service Titan, we are built for this. See what we can do for roofers at servicetitan.com.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit casterconnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution specialists.
T-Bone and Tyvis, 2 men who couldn't possibly look more out of place broadcasting live at the Memorial Tournament.
Presented by The Waterworks and Header Plumbing, Drain, Heating, and Cooling. And sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling. Visit pausebeforeyouplay.org.
We are out here live all day, all weekend, really. The Fan at the Memorial. You can stop by. I see people trickling in now. It's not a trickle, it's a steady flow. We've got a lot of people moving in where you have the A-lot, the shuttle that drops people off. If you come on that way, if you're coming out this weekend, when you dump out to the course, you will see us sitting right there. And now I am joined by Bo Bishop of Bishop and Friends out here on the course. Glad to have you, Bo.
What was it like for you being out here as the day woke up?
Oh, it's a unique experience because I walk in, well, one, you drive in, get the gate, which was nice, had the gated parking, not a thing I'm used to. And of course, everybody knows your names, just like Cheers. They've got you on the list. You pull in, I park, there's no one in the parking lot. I've got the run of the place, I'm walking around. The guys who are out here, though, the A-plus grounds crew here,
oh my
they are on it with headlamps, on mowers, leaf blowers.
Yeah.
It was 4:48 when I started my trek in here, so those guys had already been going.
Oh, yeah.
And so who knows what time they started, who knows what time they finished, but when you come out here now, you can't see a trace of it, and that's a testament to their work.
I think they're kind of the unsung heroes of this because, it's Memorial Week, so it's going to rain either before or after or during, and the idea that they get this place the way that it is, to the point where Jack can do his little voodoo doll thing on all the professional golfers at his place. Like all of those things, those folks are just so capable and so great at their gigs. It's so cool to see.
I heard that Jack said after taking a note of the course, I think yesterday or Tuesday, he said, no notes, it's perfect. And I can't imagine if you're the guy in charge of that who hears that and goes, oh, God, thank God. All right, good. I thought it was good, but I thought maybe we could be on 16. There could be an issue, but no, Jack signed off on the course, opened it up, and now we're going to have a great weekend. So it should be a lot of fun. Reeser's also here. I didn't even see you hiding back there. You're stuck behind.
He's right there. How are we doing?
Yeah, he's hiding back behind everybody. I like these hats they gave us today. The fans.
Yeah, these are these. Yeah, they look those are nice. Look at those.
We got some,
come out and look at our hats.
Yeah, you know
those
what?
Those are beauties.
I mean, I don't know if we have any giveaway, but I'll give you mine if you come out and want it. I mean, it's now it's game worn, so you're gonna have to.
Can I have a hat, Fish? Or you can have my hat. I don't wear hats.
There you go.
So
that is true. I've never seen you in a hat.
Not going to wear them. Why would I?
Why would you?
Not with that Listen, why would you?
This is a very interesting dichotomy because now in mornings you have two bald men, one of whom is getting work done to get that resolved. Tyvis
is that public? I didn't know that was public.
Well, it's going to be. Oh, it's now.
I guess it is now.
It's out there. Well, when he comes in and you go watch him on the YouTube channel, he's got a giant ace bandage on his head. You're going to know something's up. Oh, yeah, he's going.
He's doing that?
Big ace bandage.
I've never seen
I see what you did there.
I've never seen him in anything but a Guardians hat.
Well, see, that's it. We're both hat guys because of the baldness.
Yeah.
But on this show, I mean, you've got heads of hair that just at least
his is so
really from the bald to the beautiful.
Yeah,
is
that's
how
exactly what
6, 8 to 9, 9 to noon go.
He could easily be a doppelganger for Chris Pine in anything he does.
I can see that totally.
When the mustache comes, he looks so. You go watch Hell or High Water. That guy's ready.
Oh,
he's ready to go, and that's a great film.
Great film.
He could step right in. Robin Banks with his brother.
That's the one with the. Is it? Who am I thinking of? Jeff Bridges.
Jeff Bridges, unbelievable in it.
When they go to the diner, and it's what don't you want?
What don't
that
you
whole
want?
scene is it's one of my all-time favorite scenes in any movie. If you haven't seen it, go check out that movie.
We serve T-bone steaks.
We don't serve no trout. Some guy from New York City or whatever it was wanted a trout.
Hey, by the way, look at you.
Oh, we got
breakfast
burritos.
wraps?
We got breakfast wraps. We got some yogurt here.
Yogurt to suck down.
The executive chef came over and brought us a ton of great food.
He's right there.
Oh, there he is.
Chef Stephen is right there.
Steven is here.
I think you're going to something you're going to like there. And that left hand is what it looks like to me, buddy.
He brought all the boys to the yard with that.
I see something.
It's a good drop out of you.
Thank you.
That's a way.
I do what I can.
That's
All
right. Look at. I told you.
Is
Look
this
at
an
this.
official? This. Oh, thank God he left.
Is that part of his diet? Whichever diet he's on today.
Oh, this is a smoothie, swirled PB&J. PB&J. I love that.
Chef Steve's every single thing that comes down is ready.
Oh, okay. So cold pressed. This has got raw coconut, banana, peanut butter. You know what? I'll save it for him. I'll keep it today. I'll give it to him tomorrow to make sure he gets it in a liquid form. That's great.
Delicious.
Thank you so much for bringing that by, Chef Steven. We appreciate that.
How about that?
Food never misses here. You know that? No, they always do a great job.
Be honest, you thought that was a milkshake.
I did think it was, but that's okay. Well, you know what? The week is young. The tournament is young. We got a lot.
It said you got a healthy smoothie.
Yeah, healthy smoothie. Yeah. Well, he looked and said, this guy doesn't need a shake. This guy needs a smoothie. We've got a pool or a pond. Pond would be good for you. Yeah. So I'm looking at the pairings today. I've said this all day long. They do a good job here of putting people together.
Mm-hmm.
I like the Xander Schauffele, Jordan Spieth pairing at 10:05. And that's right during your guys' show, but hopefully they can take the earbud and listen while they're watching those two. And then right after that, the metalhead himself, Victor Hovland, my guy, going out with Ludwig Oberg. And then it's even Matsuyama and Morikawa right there. So you've got like 6 guys who just
When is that, Brother Bone? Is that like
starts at 10:05. Yeah. So you got them rolling off in 10-minute increments after that.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this is they do a great job. So we should have a great weekend out here. You excited for all the festivities?
Yeah, of course. I was listening to you guys on the way in, and I heard you talking about, how anything that makes Columbus shine. And Columbus shines on its own now, obviously, and has for many, many years. But this was one of the first things that this town held that was, it can handle it. Like the very best people in the world were coming. Think about this, 50 years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, Dom tells a story all the time. This was all farmland that Jack hunted here, like that, and now it's the roundabout king capital of the world. But like, if you think about what this was 50 years ago, and like this was the welcome to hello world moment for Central Ohio.
Yeah,
was Jack's tournament. He's been doing it for 50 years.
Exactly right.
It's crazy.
You guys are going to put it in proper perspective today. I'm quite sure. I'm looking forward to hearing you guys as I make my hasty exit and enjoy.
Yeah,
nice
enjoy.
scenery. Yeah,
Take
I'm
it
going to
in,
be
brother.
walking around. Absolutely. Bodie, let's hit the buzzer.
Shove it down your throat. It's time for the buzzer.
Sponsored by Getchy's Amish Country Furnishings in Dublin. AmishCountryFurnishings.com.
All right. I mean, this is not quite the same news as a big golfer not being at the Memorial or something like that. But Joey Chestnut, legendary eater of food, said he is not going to be at the 2025 Nathan's Hot Dog Eating Contest. He said it's a bummer. I love that contest, but we saw this last year. If you are a fan of the competitive eating circuit, which I am not, but I did see this story last year, because it's Nathan's famous hot dog competition, he was sponsored by the Impossible Foods brand. Apparently they don't like each other. Impossible Foods is the, imitation, the vegetarian, vegan meat, whatever. That's the hot dog brand Joey Chestnut supports. So he said yet again he's not going to be at the Nathan's hot dog eating competition. I feel like we're getting a little let down there by that. So it's unfortunate he won't be there. We did, as you've heard, get a swirled peanut butter and jelly smoothie delivered to Tyvis, who took off before he
You got to try that before you get off the air, just to let our listeners know.
Let me give it a sample right now.
How that goes.
Now, it's a thick boy, so, Reeser, you may have
Yes, it is.
Hang on.
Takes one to know one, tell you about that.
You know what?
Yeah? Where are we?
It's a peanut butter and jelly sandwich in liquid form in my mouth. You know what? That's a 10 out of 10. I'm going to say it's not a shake, but who cares? It's fantastic. Delicious.
Well, I'd never, up to this point, heard of them doing that. I mean, obviously, if they've got the ingredients and the technology to make a milkshake, they can make a smoothie. But that could be one of the first instances on the air of a smoothie being consumed at Jack's course.
I'm glad to take in a smoothie for the show. They looked at me and said, he's a smoothie guy. That's what we need, and we like that. That is it for us. We'll be back out here. Tyvis will be here tomorrow. It's not like he's going to be gone the rest of this. He just left early today. T-Bone and Tyvis tomorrow. And then, of course, Bishop and Friends is up next. You can hear them and all of our shows here all day long. We will see you out here this weekend if you're headed out to the Memorial Tournament. Thank you again for listening to The Fan. It's T-Bone and Tyvis on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and welcome to your Thursday. Looking at your commute here for the Canal, Winchester, Pickerington area. You folks out there, 33 eastbound's looking pretty good, but westbound seeming to be the problem. A little bit of delays out there as we're still seeing foggy conditions in your area. Taking a closer look at our traffic cameras, 70 at east of Bryce Road. Noticing some big slowdowns out there, so make sure to take it nice and easy as you step out the door. I'm 10 TV's Breen Albizu with your fan traffic.
Road trip! This summer at Tire Discounters, your tires are your passport to savings, because you're driving to Paris,
Texas,
then it's off to Rome,
Georgia,
and you'll be kissing the Blarney Stone in Dublin,
Ohio!
Right now, save up to $514 when you buy 4 tires, and that includes a free alignment and oil change. Stop at Tire Discounters before you see the world.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Hi, I'm Mandy. I'm one of the at-home coaches with Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Honestly, I think the thing I hear the most is I didn't realize how easy it was. That first weekly they come in, they're like, oh my gosh, I already noticed that I'm not as bloated in my face or in my abdomen, or I've been sleeping better. I've been waking up with so much more energy. I don't need my coffee throughout the day. They're coming in a month or two later and they're like, hey, like my daughter said I need to lower my meds. I'm losing a ton of inches on my waist. I'm buying new pant sizes. And we're looking at scale and we're like, yeah, your visceral fat's down again. That's fantastic. And we're celebrating all of these wins. And then we talk about, okay, next step. Let's talk about how to maintain it. This isn't over. This is just the next stage. That's what your health coach is there for.
Thanks, Mandy. This is Scotty Vegas. Easy weight loss with results that actually last. With Awaken 180 Weight Loss, you will succeed and you'll enjoy the process. Online at awaken180weightloss.com.
Hardscape Pros, are you tired of working with broken down tools and chasing paychecks? At 9 Trees, we respect your craft, invest in the best equipment, and back our crews with full benefits and top pay. We're not just offering you a job, we're offering you a career. If you're a seasoned pro, work with a top patio builder that treats you like family. Call 9 Trees at 614-921-9595 or visit 9treeslc.com to apply. 9 Trees Landscape Construction. The best reputation, the best compensation.
Now is the time to get your body right. Stop going through life dealing with pain. Remember the good days where you were able to play sports with your friends? Now you're losing to your kids in activity. It's time to take the crown back. Hey, it's Tyvis Powell for QC Kinetics. They are different. These are not quick fixes. This is a revolutionary treatment that works to give your body long-term relief. You'll meet face-to-face with Dr. Aaron Wilkoff and the QC Kinetics medical team. They'll teach you how their regenerative treatment takes your body's own healing power and helps heal and restore your damaged tissue. These are well-respected protocols that include potent and powerful cellular level treatments. QC Kinetics has helped myself and tens of thousands of people right here in the Columbus area. They'll get to the root of your pain and fix it. You will be showing your kids who's boss, just like old times. Find out if you're a good candidate. The consultation is free. Go to qckinetics.com/Columbus or call 380-208-4544. 380-208-4544. That's 380-208-4544.
Care Heating and Cooling. Honest technicians, honest pricing. Call 1-800-COOLING.
Want to see what loan options you qualify for at CME Federal Credit Union without impacting your credit score? It's simple, secure, and stress-free. Visit CMEFCU.org to take the first step today. Terms and conditions apply. Federally insured by NCUA.
This just in. The NFL schedule has dropped, and you know what that means. It's go time. Adam Schefter here with the Insider Tip. If you're trying to catch your team live this season, Vivid Seats is the move. For the best selection of games and seats, it's time to snap your tickets up now. Vivid Seats has great deals on great seats and the only rewards program in the game. It's no wonder they're the official ticketing partner of ESPN. So don't wait. Head to vividseats.com or download the app and lock in those game days.
You've probably heard of speed dating, but what if there was something similar for hiring, especially if you're running a growing business? There is Zip Intro from ZipRecruiter. You can post your job today and talk to interested qualified candidates tomorrow. Simply select a time, and Zip Intro finds and schedules qualified candidates for you. Then you can choose who you'd like to connect with and meet and greet people through back-to-back video calls starting as soon as the next day. Try it for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Broadcasting from the